All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. So, as you saw by the title, we are going to be talking about the Reggae Girls that did an interview, and then we are going to move straight into Guatemala versus Jamaica prediction and also starting lineup. So we're going to do all of that in the time that we do have here. All right. And make sure to listen to me very clear. The part of what I'm going to talk on for the Reggae Girls was just off an interview, so I will not be talking into terms as if like I know anything around the backroom staff, or I live with the girls them, or I live with the JFF. I am not that type of human being, and I don't really care that much. I only can talk on something that I've listened on. So I'm just going to give you my take as to what I've gotten from a video. If you want to call in on that, you call in on that. And that is where I'm going to stand on this point. All right. Yes. So I had a few points from the video that I wanted to get through, but let me start by bigging up the guys that we saw here. DNA, big up yourself, massive respect, thanks for being here. Corey MPA, massive respect. Says up top, JD was wondering where you gone for the last few days. I was busy, and if I'm busy, I will turn up when the time permits. I'm cool. I'm good. So respect and thanks. So anyways, this is what I've gotten from it. They have stated a few things. They have said not all of the persons were paid up until the interview was aired. All right. Yes. So that is a side that the JFF has to respond to. All right, they have to respond to that. All right, but at this point, it's the opposite that the JFF had said right there. They have said the second because it was Rebecca and Bonishaw speaking. The next one that they have said that I had a feeling of, because I have said something similar to that as well. If there is a problem, all you need to do is just communicate with them. It's not about the money. It's about how you deal with people. So that was good to hear coming from them as well, because that clearly tells me that someone just want to make sure you're not putting them down or letting them feel like you are more than them when you are the one owing them their money right there. That is what I got from it, that is what I got from the conversation from day one. I always believe that if you communicate with people, it would be a little bit better. All right. The next part that I've gotten was the one that Mr. Speed and everyone running with, the JFF bandwagonists, them running with, stating that the girls them wanted to pick the team. I have said that as well, very clear, that sometimes it's not as oh you think it look. Well, clearly the girls them saying that naturally clubs doctor work with all of the internationals doctors and communicate. So if you want to play less, if you have to play less minutes, that's how they're going to know. So you have to know the backroom staff, you have to know everything just the same. I have said that the other day with the Mikel Antonio situation. Those are factual statements. So if they have other underlying reasons behind it, I don't care. But what they have said right there, that is exactly what I've said to you day one. So that's the next one I've gotten from it. All right. Yes. So based on what you heard from the video, what you came up with, let me know, educate me on what you have learned from it. But for what I've learned right there, it shows me that they have a lack in communication right there, pretty much. Because of that, because of the boss's mentality, it brings forward a lack in communication. That's what I believe, because it might seem as if a person the people vying for power struggle. But I think it's just one person vying for power struggle because they believe that the power is with the girls. So they would want back the power right there. And because of that, they got blindsided to deal with the communication properly. And that's what I've seen right there from what I've listened. All right, because they have touched on the next side as to when the email came to them, the fact that you don't even know when they are busy. So that comes from an excommunication as well. So it's between the ego and the communication. The ego led to the lacking of a communication right there. So that's what I've gotten from it straight up, guys. All right. I never even wanted this to take up the entire stream, to be honest. All right. Because I don't think it makes that it's so much of a big deal, you know, because most of these things we are already seeing it clear from day one. I don't think it was such a big deal, and I needed to come on and build a full video around it. It makes no sense, you know. Yes, to be honest, because all of these things we were saying from day one. So based off who these guys are, because I am not that type of person, but based off who these guys are, which is much more egotistic and much more of the surrounding that they're in, I think it might be best they do what they want to do. Should they be able to get away with these things? I don't think so, but Jamaica is not run like the rest of the world. You understand me? So it's not. So it's not. You'll have people trying to support that because a lot of people scrape off everything, and no disrespect, but you have a lot of people in a lot of places around Jamaica, they scrape off everything. So because they benefit of it, it will always continue to go longer and longer and longer. You understand me? And that's why corruption lasts so long in Jamaica, because people can't just see the reality and just see the facts. Everyone always want to have something to reap from something, you know, and don't see the bigger picture, to be honest. So based off that and how corrupted, as what I've always said, I said it on the Nigerian stream, Jamaica and Nigeria are the most two corrupted federations, and I will not say anything different. All right, yes, I've said that on the Nigeria one, and based off that, you have to just literally leave it alone, because of the people that will not support righteousness. You understand me? Vinny, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Mr. United, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Then we have Africans in the building, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Been waiting for, yeah, I don't have much take on it, because obviously we try to stay from the football inside, to be honest, because a lot of people, they lack the comprehension, and because they lack the comprehension, it makes no sense you argue with them and have to be repetitive on a stream. That makes, you know, you have to be repetitive, and it's going to just make you get angry, and it's a waste of time, you know, so you just leave it alone. Thanks, JD. A lot of YouTubers don't know what they're talking about. I think they just don't want to care. They don't want to care. It's beneficial for them to say what benefits them straight up, you know. JD, oh, I see it. Communication is the main factor of the situation. Yep. Rich Ty, big up yourself, JD. That shows how unprepared the JFF is to lead this organization. They are also up on power, that even the most basic things are seen as a threat to their position. Yes, that is true, Rich Ty. But you remember, you have to look at it. You know, you have to always look at this. Look at it this way. In Jamaica, and I don't want to make it so much about Jamaica, but in Jamaica, you can act a certain way that you can't act so in the modern world. All right? And so you have a lot of people, they can't make it in foreign countries. I've always said this to you guys. So they run back to Jamaica, because they can't do anything in foreign countries, because they can't feel, their ego can't hit certain levels. You get me? So they just go back to Jamaica to exploit Jamaica. That's what I've always seen. So they always run back to Jamaica to exploit Jamaica. And based off that, they don't want to give up their position because remember, it's hard for them to go overseas to rival anybody else, because if you go overseas to rival anybody else, you have to actually be good, better than them. You can't use any stunt to be better than them. You have to actually be better than them. In Jamaica, you can just be available and be better than someone else. You get me? It's completely different. The level of access to things is too easy. You understand me? I don't think a lot of these people are prepared to. What I'm trying to say is a lot of these people are not prepared. They are not educated enough to deal with people worldwide. You get me? They are not educated enough to deal with people worldwide. They can only deal with some percentage of Jamaicans inside Jamaica. You know, I've always said that to you guys. They are not educated enough to deal with people worldwide, and I thought that was the whole problem. So we bringing in overseas people to come and play for us, I don't even think it's the best idea, because if we don't have the people equipped to deal with the situation, we're going to always return to this problem. So we are saying, oh, run away these set of girls them. We don't have a level of football in Jamaica to get any set of girls them to compete with anybody. You understand me? So we are going to always have to take people from overseas. So if the problem constantly be oh, you treat people from outside because you're not aware, you have to get aware at some point. So you have to get educated at some point. So it's not going to change regardless of who you bring in. I think you have to just get personnel that are much more educated to get the job done. And that is from day one. That is from day one. You get me? That is from day one, people. Let me take this one. They will get away with it because there's no accountability. Yes, there is no vision of the greater good. Bless up, Bessas, massive respect. Based on what we've heard publicly, this is on the JFF, but we know they'll always hide behind where is your national pride. And that is what Jamaica is all about. You get me? That is what Jamaica is all about. That statement right there, the national pride, and they are not going to listen to nothing and context anything, because you can blame the girl them for what they should get blamed for. But we are talking about if what they have said is proven to be true, you have to take a stance. And when the girls are wrong, if you said that they're wrong to not turn up for the game, all right, no problem. They were banned after. They could have still turned up for the game. They could have still turned up for the game, but you said, people don't listen and write down nothing. From the first incident, the JFF said, they are not going to do this, none at all, until they have clarified everything. So when people come here and stated that the girls cost them the Gold Cup, oh, that makes sense. From the first week, Mr. Chung said out of his own mouth that this set of girl is they have been banned, and they are going to work and everything. Once it's done, he's going to bring them back in. And even in the girls them video, it was clearly stated that they are the ones never brought them back in. So why are we still talking about the girls them cost us a Gold Cup? The girls them never came back in because of the request of the JFF stating that they are not going to bring them back in until everything has been resolved. People, why are we just running with things that makes no sense? Because he said it, and he kept saying it out of his mouth, and the girls them said the same thing. So you can't blame the girls them for that when the guy literally said he will suspend them until they can sort out everything. And obviously the last date he gave you was December the 8th. Today will be the last match for the qualification. So if he was the one set a date to the 8th, that simply means he never wanted them back in time. So you can't blame the girls them for that. That makes no logical sense. So just So it makes no logical sense. It's so life funny. So you can make up stories as to how you want. But this is what the man say out of his own mouth. So how you can run with a propaganda to say that the girls them cast Jamaica. That makes no sense. Because the man just tell her that he never picked them. And he never wanted them until they sorted out every single thing. And he was the one that said he set a date. The girls them said they never had any conclusive dates. He was the one said it's the 8th. Well, the 8th is 5 days after the final match. So, please, what would you say on that now? Because that is the actual fact, you know. So, how you can come and argue a point when there is no point to argue. You understand me? So, that's why I'm saying the first thing you should not do. If a man tells him don't listen to something, you can't listen to him. Because clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You're just going to come and speculate. You understand me? I have listened to what Mr. Chung said before. Obviously, I heard that he spoke on more matters. You understand me? But I'm only talking on what I've learned before because I never had any time to come dive into what he said after. After this now and after this game, maybe I will touch into what he has to say after. But I'm talking about what he said and the girls then backed it up. So clearly we can say that is the actual story that both of them running with. And both of them running with a story of the 8th. They have everything has been put off to the 8th. So it can't be the girls them not want to turn up for the actual game. So take that out of your mind. That is just once you see somebody start from that, that tells you what side they are on. They are not being objective. Because I am mentioning what both sides says. You understand me? Yes, so let we chop up that. I want to hear what people have to say on that side because I was listening and it was shocking. Bless up, Chairman. Thanks for being here. Massive respect, man. Yeah, man. I had some little situation and obviously I had to get it sorted out. And that comes first. You know me. I'm not gonna come here because stories and all sort of things. I will wait my time and turn up whenever I can. You know. Yeah, man. But respect for all of you guys that check in. Massive respect, man. All right. I think the misinformation is benefiting someone or a particular group. Once they muddy the water, the public becomes confused and don't know where the truth is. But if you listen, Albert Granier, if you listen to what both sides says, you just write down the points them. And then you listen to both sides. They have given you the information. It's just because, as what you said, people want to continue things. So they misled you and others. But once you heard both sides spoke on it, you tend to get to what's going on, and it's communication and also bullying as well. He said they suspended the selection process. All right. So I know this has nothing to do with the topic, but I just saw where Concacaf broke grounds on the state of art football facility, which will be built in Cap Cana, Dominican Republic. Well, we will write that down and take it on the next time, Big Boss. Suspend one selection process and resume another one. Yes. But we don't want to come off the topic that we're speaking on, which is just the girls' interview and what Mr. Chung said before. The rest that he might speak on after, I will go back and deal with that the next day. All right. So this is where the context come from. JD, they hear what they wanted to hear. I think the girls, I've listened to it and the girls was very clear in what they are saying. They were very clear in what they were saying. I never got any confusion. I was very surprised when I heard people saying that they never got any clarity. I've gotten everything what they've said because they actually tackled all of the points of Mr. Chung. That's why Mr. Chung had to come out and speak on the matter because it was clear enough for you to get to Mr. Chung to take back the information. All right. So what I've learned, guys, in this space, because I only can talk on where I am. What I've learned in this space, we are not honest to ourselves. That's what I've learned. We are not honest to ourselves, and it exposed a lot in this world. It exposed a lot where we are as how far we have come as developed, and it's just shocking. I honestly believe that if it was on a male side, the problem would have been there because we have similar problem there. But how they dealt with it and how people in our space receives it, it would have been completely different. You know? So pretty much I'm saying that we are not up to the real world standard as yet, as our equality reigns. I've heard a lot of people, and a lot of people come off like they are, this, like a lady can't be better than a man, you know, in a particular thing. This superior superiority complex. I just got that feeling, and I think that is from 1950s. You understand me? That's from 1950s. So I think you have to just get up to reality, and that's pretty much about it. I don't expect people to like what I'm saying, but I have written down everything, and I just come and telling you my mind. You get me? Yes, you have a lot of people that have some complex that can't be broken. Ladies should not talk back to them. They're still in the 1970s, 50s Jamaican mentality. You understand me? And it's not reality. And it's not just the Jff has that. A lot of people in this YouTube space have the same complex. That's why they can get on with it and always make up stories to past something and not fixing it. And I'm telling you, when it goes on to the next girls, they're going to come back with the same bullshit. They're going to come back with the same crap again. And then you're going to realize that they benefit off these things, and also they share the same complex as the other guys them as well. So you're going to see it, guys. Just hold on. Everything takes time, you know. Just hold on. You will see when the time comes. JD, are you taking phone calls? Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me set it up, big boss. Let me set it up. All right. All right. So you can call it. One second. Let me share the video first, and then you can call in, and I will open the Discord. Yes. So that's it. Guys, for me, you know, if you put yourself out there for me to criticize you, I can criticize you. You get me? I can criticize you, and I've listened well. I've listened well, and I've learned a lot, man. It's a lot of frauds I've seen, man. A lot of frauds, and it's and a lot of limited people as well. Straight up, you know. There's a lot of frauds and limited people, man. They are, and that's why we can't expand in life, because what what people have to settle with to deal with these people, it is beyond me. What you have to settle with to deal with these people, it's a long, guys, around 7 different subjects here. It comes down to the same behavior, you know. Anytime you're dealing with somebody in Jamaica, you know, you have to drop your standard, you know, to get on with them, you know, and they're telling you that you have to drop the standard to get on with them. I'm not talking about the JFF only, you know. I am talking about YouTube. I've heard them on several occasions. When the U20 guys them come here, people talking about people talking about one second caller, and people talking about the guy, the players them actually look down on the coach. It's always people for baby people in Jamaica. You need to get real. If you owe somebody their money and they feel like they want to react for the money, they react for the money. Patriotism, go look up the word patriotism and tap on the foolishness. Because most of these guys are educated and they are so far away from education, you pretty much don't know. That's why they run back to Jamaica, because they can't be nothing in no other country. Believe me, it is because they can't be nothing in no other country. And they are desperate to feed their ego. I am telling you, this you will learn soon, people, man. You will learn, man. Good day, caller. How you doing, man?
Yeah, morning, Jenny. Good morning, alright?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. But people being pressing me to come out and do this video. But I was a bit busy, you know. But I had to group up everything and put together and tell people that, listen to me, man. It's a lot of frauds you have around, running around, acting and pretending like they really mean nobody good. They ain't meaning nobody good. They mean they are all self-good, man. You know?
Well, listen, Jenny, I'm not speaking on this topic because I want to hear both sides of the story before I say anything.
Yes,
I heard the girls.
yes.
I heard the girls. I heard Mr. Chung. and I think I can decipher, from listening to them, what obtains. I think both sides have erred in this matter. Both sides have made mistakes, but I think there are also opportunities that came from it because Izzy Groves is one
No, but you can't say
that
Izzy Grove
came.
came from it because you said that Izzy Grove would have come here regardless. It was our visa, our passport
No,
was the
no,
problem.
yeah, I know, but what I'm saying to you is that I know that what I'm saying to you is that if if the 23 players that went to the World Cup were active, Izzy would walk into the team. Shouldn't have walked into the team. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, should have been on the bench. So it's an
Yeah.
opportunity for her to shine, playing more minutes. I'm coming from that angle.
No, and
Yeah,
that is fair to look at it to say that it's an
yeah,
opportunity. But
yeah,
yeah, go ahead, and then I will see what I
and
say.
then and then and then the Day sisters, those two as well, because Jamaica, historically have a problem on the left side
Mm-hmm.
for the females. Yeah, left back is particularly a challenge. Yeah, the left channel, and I think right now our left channel looks very good with the two twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that I think is the positive opportunity, and I think that the team will be stronger going forward, and the stance that the girls took, though it has its disadvantages,
Yeah, but
it also have
um
its pluses as well.
um
It also makes sense in some ways.
Ian, but that is my problem. That is my problem right there now. We keep looking
Well,
for something else to say it is good. Why we can't stand up and say, boy, this will stop right here? Because remember,
but, but listen what I say is good, Jenny. Listen what I say is good now before you intervene.
mm-hmm,
Listen what I say is good. Because by them coming out as a listen, my money needs to be paid on time. It sends a message to the federation that listen,
yes,
we are playing, we need to get paid on time, right? We expect professionalism when you come here. So that message is being sent to the federation. So listen, enough is enough,
mm-hmm,
stop. Yeah?
yes.
So that is a clear message being sent to the federation.
But
The
Ian,
federation now
don't move
has
on
to,
upon that. Ian, before
yeah,
you continue, how much time they have complained about payment? Is this the first time you heard about that?
they have complained previously, but they haven't taken this stance is a first for them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah?
Continue, boss. Me just to make
This
sure.
stance,
We'll jump
this
in.
stance is a first for them
Mm-hmm.
in doing this. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the federation, they have to understand. So listen, the girls are serious. If you don't act accordingly, this is what gonna happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now you see the whole situation with the coach. The coach's situation is something that is unfortunate because Donaldson brought the girls to the World Cup and they performed creditably, very well actually, because nobody expected them to go
Mm-hmm.
to second round. I didn't. You understand?
Only Mikey
But they did.
balling.
Yeah, and irrespective of how he got a job, because he didn't get a job in the best manner in my knowledge, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he was hired. But how he was hired wasn't the best circumstances because I don't think he was properly appointed. Yeah, by a board, etc. But
Mm-hmm.
what they should have looked at instead and put egos aside. So listen, he brought them to this point. Yes, yes, we understand that when he was employed, probably we were sticked up to employ him. But let us put let bygones be bygones. Yeah, and put Jamaica first. And said this coach has done this for the country, so let's work with him. So listen, Sir Lon, you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement with us. Yeah, these are the parameters you need to work with him because you are our employee. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and try and make good sense prevail. Yeah, for the benefit of the program. So the federation did make some mistakes, and the girls also made some mistakes. Yeah. So, but I think ultimately, JD,
let me make it be fair. Where you said the girls that make mistakes, because I've pointed out. No, I've not pointed out none as yet, and I'm 30 minutes in it. So give your points on where you said they made mistakes. As to remember, I'm only talking on the video that I've watched from them. I have not scored any into it because I have not watched anything after. But I've written down everything that Mr. Chung said up until they did their video, and I've watched that as well.
Well, first and foremost, in terms of the coaching situation with Vin Blaine, it started there. What they did was unfortunate.
Oh, Vin Blaine.
Yeah, what happened there? Because listen, a coach shouldn't be sacked after having a 100% record, win record. They shouldn't be sacked. Yeah. That's the truth.
Okay.
Because he didn't fail, so it started there. So therefore, right there and then, they are pulling up, are sticking up with the federation. So they're drawing attention to themselves. You understand? From that angle. Then they went to the World Cup, and the statement that Miss Shaw made was unfortunate because yesterday it was replayed what he actually said. Yeah? And what he said was unfortunate because she shouldn't have said that because it went around the world and it made Jamaica look bad.
So, so you said what she actually said. So what she said in the interview is not what she actually said.
No, it wasn't. Because it was replayed last night. It was replayed last night, and she didn't say that.
Okay.
But she was trying to clear it up that she meant something different. But the JD, if you tell me, say, Ian, we're going to kick you, right? We're going to interpret, say, you're going to kick me, right? It doesn't mean, I think it say, you mean you're going to kick after me. Yeah? So, she said what she said, and just unfortunate. Right? And, there are things coming out that I don't want to get into because I don't have full evidence of it.
That's why I said I'm only talking from
I don't want to.
So
right. I don't want to get into certain things.
Yeah.
Some certain things because other things are coming out, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't have any evidence of the same.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if those things are true, the girls are wrong also on those points. You understand?
Okay.
So to summarize, there's probably an element of bullyism on their part. So listen, we are big and bad, and we can do whatever we want. That's in a nutshell what the story seems like.
But based on the video that I've watched, the interview that I've watched, Mr. Campbell, I've gotten the same behavior right here from the JFF. Say it's a level of bullying is him because so I that means you're saying both sides bullying each other then.
Right, and the thing is that needs to stop because guess what they're doing, they're putting self first and not Jamaica first because guess what, end of the day, the federation go and go, the girls go and go, and guess what, who gonna leave? Jamaica gonna leave.
Okay.
You understand? So once they both understand that it's Jamaica first, we can move forward. And I pray that the meeting...
Don't move forward. So you really think it's Jamaica first? In a footballer's career? Okay. No. In this instance. You can't just say the statement, and just say Jamaica first, because in this statement, it's not Jamaica first. The player them for be 100% because remember, so the federation is not fully equipped where you agree for. So them can't do certain things to protect themselves first. As in preparation.
What I mean...
okay, go ahead.
JD, what I'm speaking is Jamaica first. I mean that we are dealing with Jamaican football. When you talk about the girls' club football, we're talking about Jamaica football team. So the situation at hand, they need to put Jamaica first. We're referring to the challenges that they're having right now with the team. So they need to put the country first in their negotiations. Put Jamaica first.
Okay, but
think about Jamaica.
So come as yet though. That negotiation has not come as yet. So you're saying when it comes, you have to put Jamaica first.
When it comes, right? Hopefully on the 8th, they meet and they can come to some agreement that would see the return of most of the girls, hopefully. Yeah, because I know that Miss Matthews has since departed football, so that's one person out. I'm certain that all of them will make the team because there are players here in this current squad that
Mm-hmm.
has been impressive,
Mm-hmm.
and chances I will take the place of some of them. Yeah, but in the day, JD, I think we're gonna have a stronger Red team when it's all said and done. Yeah, and I hope for the
But
best,
before
basically.
before
And
before you, before you run off, are we being a bit selfish because you said Jamaica first, Are we
mm,
as fans being a little bit too selfish and not looking at the actual individuals them at hand, like the problem that they're
no, we're not
facing
being
and
selfish. No,
oh, we're not
no,
being
no,
selfish.
mm-mm,
All right, all right.
no,
No, I'm just
oh,
ask.
no,
I'm just
no, no,
asking
no,
you. I'm
no,
just asking
mm-mm,
because people listening,
no,
so I want to hear how people view
no,
it. All right. So, all right, no
no.
problem, no problem.
Well, well, JD, I wish the girls much luck today against Guatemala. Hopefully, they can just win that game
We're gonna talk
so
about
that
that
we
later, so you
can.
can call back in, and chop up your best 11 where you want and stuff. Just wanted to pass through this part.
Yeah, man. And good show so far. Bless up.
Respect, respect. So
All
that
right, cool,
that
cool.
that is the great Ian. Ian has his points. And that is just Ian's views. Let me know. Are we being slightly selfish if we just cover over everything? But I saw my virgin saying something here, but I don't think Trey Moon heard what I've said clearly. All right, Chairman said, JD, I think you should withhold a conclusion before you've watched the interview Mr. Chung did last night. Chairman, I have not held any point as yet. I have not pulled the video back and I have not held any point as yet. I've said we are talking on what they have done and then we will move on to what he has to say. That's why I never said then all of them never got paid. I never said all of those things. I just said what they have said. All right, Trey Moon? All right, so let me follow up with Trey Moon right there because he came back with something. Trey Moon says, come on, JD, they haven't made any mistakes. I have not said they have not made any mistakes. So please listen to me good. I ask Ian to outline the mistakes they have made so I can write them down here so I can go back and revisit because I don't know everything, Trey Moon. So listen. I know you're on one side. You're not being objective. But you're not listening to me good because you're not being objective. Pull the video back and hear what I've said to Ian just a while ago. And you will be surprised that because you're not being objective, you never even open your mind to what I've just said. I said Ian should tell me what they did wrong. All right, that's all I've said. Big up S Technic. Thanks for being here. Big up everyone that else came in the chat. Fact is you never mind your child, and your wife says a partner money take the child through school. If you want look bad, yours. That's your problem. That start mind your child. Okay. All right. Put Jamaica in front of your bills, them, and see where you reach. That's why I ask if it's a selfish statement. If it looks selfish, because I think we have to be very much mindful. We have to be very much mindful. Because hear me out, guys, on that very much mindful case. We hear people saying that they should not take money to play for Jamaica. The money that they wanted was given to them by FIFA. So it's not JFF money. It is not JFF money. They played and earned that money. They never got it in time. So that lump sum of money, you have to understand that some of these girls have not played professional football or on the highest level of the pool of professional football. They have just injected $1 billion in ladies football. So ladies football is going to go at that higher level. That is true. It's going to go at a higher level. That is true. But it's not there as yet. And because it's not there as yet, $60,000 per player is still a lot for them. It's still a lot for them. So with that said, you can't tell a person that they should give up the Um, they should give up the money because of Jamaica first. They should not talk about the money. No, I think they need the money because some of the girls them the money means a lot to. Pick up a little girl from Jamaica and give her 60,000 US dollars and tell me that 60,000 US dollars don't mean nothing to her. We should say Jamaica first and just move on. You don't realize what you're saying, guys. You don't realize what we're saying. We have to be very much mindful as to how we approach these things because a lot of them coming from college and stuff. They are not making that money. Bonnie Shaw and those girls, they are all right. I think they can leave out the 60,000 if they wanted to. You get me? The ones them at Spurs can leave out the 60,000 if they wanted to, and that's why Spencer said, if you had a conversation with us, maybe it could have turned out different. No one listened to that in the in the thing. The money is some of them can afford to delay on money and stuff, but you have to have a conversation with them. She said that, why you can't let we know exactly what's going on. You don't tell me that you're gonna pay the 24th player and then give me 55,000. That don't work in no place on planet Earth. So no matter what you have to say, you're wrong. No care what metric, no care what level of education you think you have, FIFA paid them. So if you can't hold a conversation with them, it don't make no sense. So that's why we said communication is the issue. And communication will forever be the issue because all of these girls are coming from foreign. It is not like when the president said to Damian Lowe and the other guys I want you, when we have the money, we pay you. That is how you deal with Jamaican born people. You can't deal with worldwide people like that. And once Jamaica is going to be good at football, it has to be worldwide people. It's not going to be Jamaican born people. It's going to take a very long time because we don't have that structure as yet. So you can bully Jamaican born people because we are used to that. We are used to that. These are things that the president said out of his own mouth. So all we're asking for is just have a dialogue with them. No, but Jairus, the man them clearly know say you can deal with Jamaica. The president has said this out of his mouth, Jairus and Sportsmax, They may allow them for no so when we have the money we give them. So at that, them just believe say them can deal with anybody, anywhere, anytime. And all I'm saying then, don't bring nobody from foreign country to play for Jamaica. Just make the Jamaican born players them play, and then you can deal them anywhere. Alright? And I promise you, when some of them get contract like Bonnie Shaw and go overseas, you can't deal them the same way. You cannot. You cannot deal them the same way. You cannot tell a man, so when you pay the man. Yeah, but Craig, that's how the man said out of the mouth. He said that out of his mouth. It's on Sportsmax. Say you know, so when we have the money, we will give it. You cannot approach things like that. We have passed that level. I understand that you want to have a mute. You want to. I can't explain some of these guys' behaviors. And he never came back out and said, I was sorry the way we dealt with that situation. But you cannot talk to people like that. And these are public things. We can just go on Sportsmax and hear it. You can listen to Mr. Speed and hear it. You can listen to Mr. Chung and hear it. The man have a egotistic complex behavior that them believe that people is under them. When they are not working. You know that the girls technically the girls and boys don't work for JFF. They don't work for JFF, They don't work for JFF people. They actually don't. So more likely, it is the JFF that actually works for these players here. Just go back and read it. It's actually the JFF them work for these players here. Because the JFF just stands for the middle ground for them not to deal with a government body in a country, That is what it is, you know. So if you're gonna approach the people as if like they work for you and below you, it's not that's the wrong way. That is your Jamaican bad up behavior you're trying to put into sports. And if you can't fix that, you can't get high level players. I'm very sorry. You can't get high level players. I'm very, very sorry. We have to find a way how we can deal with people. And as I've said before, you guys burn me when I said it. But you take out everybody from Jamaica and put everybody pay people for come run this federation. The only way you can get it sorted out. So the people know, say them ever get, it's a business. They are getting paid for this thing and they are doing their job via that way. But as long as you have these bag of egotistic maniacs, they are not going to do nothing different. First thing, they're going to come out and act like they're brighter than you and they're above you and all of those stuffs. You get me? When they are pretty much nothing. Straight up. But it's very sad, guys. I'm going to open the Discord so people can come in and speak freely. Alright? Yeah, man. It is just sad. Jero said JD Bonnie did want bad me up too. Oh, but he did want bad them up too. That's where people lost the girl. Yeah, but that's why I said I have no. That's why I said I want people to name where you want to blame the girls. I have no problem to blame them. You know, I have no problem to blame them. But my problem is if we put it in context. It's clear that the JFF, what they have done, it was wrong. The way you make decisions and don't communicate with people, that is just flat out wrong. If you admit to that, you move on from that and get it done in the future. Because even if we leave these girls alone, we don't want the next set of girls that came in, worked under this situation. 2 years down the line, we are going through the same problems. And if you don't, in life, guys, if you don't call out somebody and stand up for something by their behavior, they are not going to change because they have not seen anything wrong for them to change. So remember, we are not picking sides with these girls, you know. We are picking sides with reality, what the standard should be. So these new girls coming in, we want them to make sure they can get their pay because a lot of them going to college now. So the money means more to them. So we want to make sure they can get their pay and they have been treated the best possible way. So it's not the girls them it's not just the girls them what made the interview we're arguing for. We're arguing for girls overall to get paid because it's meaningful to them. So let them get their money, and that's how we want proper structure. You can't listen to people. Listen to me, people. People keep on talking about we can't get this and that from the JFF. We want common decency. Common decency don't cost dollar. It don't cost dollar. If you don't have the ability to get it done, please go out there and go learn to find the people who have common decency, which is to respect people's rights. You just deal with that side first. We don't want to, I don't even want to talk about the money anymore. Just common decency and know to deal with everyone from worldwide. And I don't think these people know how to deal with people from worldwide. I don't think so. I've heard them spoke enough on matters, and they have always come off xenophobic. You get me? And obviously, once you're that type of person, you're going to try and match yourself to the next person outside the country. You understand me? And I say, oh, them are going better than you. When all they do, you never understood them in the first place. You just never understood them in the first place. And that is where your problem lies. So take your time. You learn some decency and actually try to figure out the aliens them, which is the people that you're not familiar to. All right? And get the thing done if you want to keep this job. And that should be the standards going forward. Simple as that. F off with the money and all of those things. Just focus on common decency. Communication. You get me? And definitely, just the same way, the girls them, all of the girls them that's playing, not just the ones them that got banned, the ones them that are here now should show the same respect to the federation as well. All right, so show the same common decency because you're in the first world countries. Them that may be much more grab on to you have to deal with things a certain way, or else you're going to be in problem. So show them that this is the way you want to be treated. Have a standard as well. Don't just take it because it might give you some notoriety down the drain. Don't take it. Don't drop yourself. Drop your standard lower to get into a position, because once you rise, they're going to do the same thing to you. So make a stance as well, and tell them how you want to be treated as well going forward, so we can get this thing fixed. It has to be some standard going forward. I obviously, people said there are other videos made. Well, no other video will talk about what I'm talking about, because most of these people don't even know common decency. They don't even believe in a tree moon. They don't even believe in it. The man that's speaking and the man that's interviewing him, I don't even think them believe in a common decency on a worldwide level. So they are not going to tackle these things that we are talking about, because it's just not possible. It's just not in their makeup. I'm telling you. Because they don't see it as a problem as well. They don't see it as a problem. That's why they can flip over it and just get onto something else. You get me? All right, so we have Africans. Africans, how are you doing? Hope all is well with you and the family. 1 second, let me get my next earplug.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
this
no,
is a
I'm doing
strong
well.
topic, you know,
You hear
guys,
me well,
but
JD?
I had to deal with it the way how I see it fit, because I realize, because it's ladies, people can just come out
Yeah,
freely and be talk how they want, you know, because a lot of them, they were xenophobic from day one, you know, guys. Believe me, you know, check the history of YouTube and you listen to a lot of these guys. They were xenophobic from day one. It's just the opportunity that they got, and a lot of them never even liked the actual girls from day one. Because from the Vin
yeah,
Blaine situation, 1 second, Africans, I'm gonna get you. From the Vin Blaine situation, most of them already picked a side. I was here from day one. They already picked a side. They're hypocrites, and they're fooling you on YouTube to make you think that they're not seriously biased. But just go back and check the history. Just type in Vin Blaine, Reggae Girlz, and you will learn how corrupted these people are and how beneficial they are with these situations. And you learn a lot. These people are frauds, man. They are fraud. None of them want Jamaica to be better either. If they want going to blame the girls to say that they don't want Jamaica better. None of them want Jamaica to be better either. Straight up. Don't come out and just be blatant one-sided and nothing. None of them want Jamaica to be better either, because I've written down things long enough to learn who these people are. Alright? Yeah, man. Go ahead, Africans. How are you doing? Africans, go ahead. You hear me?
yeah. Sorry, I was
Go ahead.
struggling with my mute button. Sorry. No, I think it's overall sad, and I've said this in the chat, and this is something with me. In these type of situations, because of everything I've seen that's happened in Ghana, everything I've seen happen in Nigeria, everything I've seen happen in Canada, but overall, I tend to always side with the players because their options are limited. Whether you think they should have or not, their only real options are play or don't play. Right? Those are literally their only options that they can have. Right? They get called up to the team. They either say yes or no. Now, within everything else that comes down, and like I said earlier, everything we've heard, this feels like it's a communication issue, but it's also just a how much more can you push this, right? How much more is going to continue to happen before you reach a breaking point? And then when you reach a breaking point, then how quickly are you now running to either A, parrot a narrative, or B, actually deal with the issue? Now, if December 8th is what they said they were going to do, that's what they said they're going to do. And that's what they have to now work on. And that's the reality. Like you said, if that's the time frame that was given, ultimately, they have no other choice. That's what has to be done. But when it comes to players in these types of situations, their only options are either play or not play and speak. And whether you want to side with them or not, that is literally their only choices. And I feel for them because, again, with this, if this all started with the FIFA money, that wasn't that wasn't their call to make, right? That's like saying, like, someone gives you money in a will And then you say, yeah, but I have another grandchild now. That grandchild doesn't exist in the will. So then why are you trying to cut up money that's not yours to decide? And so ultimately, communication, even if that was the situation, did you communicate that with the players, with their representatives and whatnot, so that everything can work in a way that's going to? Doesn't seem like it's really happened. The frustrating thing about this is primarily it feels like this could have all been easily resolved with proper communication, whether that is, hey, let's all get together and talk about this because we're thinking this, we want to get your feedback on this, or not. But it just felt like everybody thought in the best interest of what they saw versus what the actual situation is. And unfortunately, right, when you're dealing with the JFF sometimes, again, I'm watching from the outside, and I've said this on the channel many times, more clerical issues than wins. And it gets frustrating, especially when you see the trajectory of what they could be in this next few years.
Yeah.
You can't keep shooting yourself in the foot because you think you see best in this situation. It's not your call to make, unfortunately. That money wasn't there to decide. And ultimately, I think if they keep on doing this, they're just going to hit a trajectory. But then when we think they're going to break a glass ceiling up, so to speak, they're going to just stall there because, we thought it was best to do this or that. I really do question the leadership here because ultimately this is what I've seen from them since I've really gone on here and started to talk with you guys and kind of watch from the background as well. So it is very frustrating, but ultimately it's sad because if you look back, there is no reason we should be in this situation, but we are. And it could have all been resolved with proper communication, but it's not. So for the players, all their options are either to play or not, and they chose not to, and those are their options. And I'll support them because ultimately the federation has access to more. They have access to more players. They have access to more funding. They have access to more ideas and things that they could employ. Players can suggest things. Ultimately, it's up to the federation to put it into place. So the players can only really do so much. It's everything really does less on the federation and what they can do or what they choose to or not to do. So it's a little sad for me from the outside looking in, hoping it gets resolved because I think a better Jamaica is a better Concacaf, both on the men's and women's side.
Facts.
So hoping it gets resolved in a good way. But yeah.
All on Africans right there. Chairman said, all right, JD, it's common decency to go in the public and say things that aren't factual and write the amount of letters with misleading information instead of following their contracts to mediate issues. I like what you always said in True Moon, and I like the way you tried to approach, even though I know you're biased. I like that you tried to actually open some level of dialogue. But I've just said to you, True Moon, that they should also show how people should be treated because they're already in the first world. And we should expect certain things from them. That's what I've said in True Moon, but clearly you have not listened to that part. All right, and the person said that they never said so. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the statement in the Sportsmax. Let me write it down here, Sportsmax, and then go back to our old statement and put them together and hear what you said, because I am going to make sure I listen to it myself without taking people's word for it. All right, because you realize, Trey Moon, this started from the JFF don't pay people something and owe them several things. But yet still we keep on skipping what we know that is 100% true to move into something that you want to blame them for, Trey Moon. You see where the problem lies? So that means because of your stance, you want to avoid what the reality is. Because you just want to attack them to say that they have put out something not accurate in the press, right? Which could be true and maybe not true as well. But let me give my chance to figure that out, and the part that you said aren't true. Yeah. Nashon, please come in the Discord, because no, you set me up for me to be doing two things. No, and that's what I said. But I'm saying, Tremon, just give me my chance to make sure I figure out the first part, because people keep on saying what she explained what she meant was not what she said at first. So I'm going to take my time off the internet and listen to what she said, and then I will bring it back. Because the one thing about information, it's not hidden. So I will go back there, and I can promise you, I might just find something what that have not been said. Just watch, and I will come back with the two clips them and play it. And if she's wrong, we will say she's wrong. But at least we are gonna make sure we listen to what she said. All right, yeah, man. But Chairman, both sides need to be professional. Both sides need to put a level of respect there. All right. The link is Nashan. The link is there. So please join the Discord if you want. I will drop the link right here. Yes. And I wanted to get back into the football because I only have 2 hours. All right. And for the people, the realists that came on, smash the like button, share, and subscribe. All right. Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead. What you have to say on this matter, so we can move on from it and go into the chopping up of the football. Because what African said was a few of the African's point was very good. We should be trying to move up to our next
Good
level.
morning to the
But
good
we
morning
should
to
be
the Imaxit family.
we should be trying to move on to our next level, and based off certain things, it really hold back the progression of Jamaica. All right.
Yeah. Africans is not Jamaica. And that's why he said it the correct way. So any of us who are going to say it the correct way must be prepared to not be Jamaicans. Because that is the blueprint of what has been happening with this exposed JFF behavior. Because they have been behaving this way, from the inception, not just with this present administration, but administrations prior to this. I typed in the chat that with my 20 plus years of involvement and support of women's football in Jamaica, I have openly taken the side of the girls, because I am privileged to have information piled up over years of JFF malpractice, tyranny, and abuse of the players, of the product. JFF behave as though they are boss when they are actually the laborers, because JFF is not the product. It is the players that are the product. JFF is not the boss. JFF are the servant, which is like the devil assuming the position of God. The statement that Bonnie Shaw is accused of making was false.
Pastor, don't talk on that part. No, because Ian says that you say. So, Pastor, hold on, brother, hold on, Dan. Hold on. Me say I don't have to say anything on that. What I will do when I have both clips, I will bring it back to play it here. So let me just move on from there, no, Pastor. I don't have to touch it, because that will be a next topic, a next day. So I will get both of them and can play it, so the fans can hear as how you are reacting. Maybe you have both of them, I don't have the both of them, so I am going to get both of them and bring here. So continue.
I understand you, sir. I understand you. Now, I watched an interview with the GenSec, and at no time has the GenSec, in talking about needing to have a sit down, to have conversation, to dispel this debacle that is going on. At no time has the JFA, the GenSec apologized for the misinformation and manhandling of the females. How do you beat up somebody and then call them to have a sit down with you and expect an amicable result? Which negotiating school or module did you learn that? If you're going to talk about negotiating to remedy a situation gone bad, you first have to say, okay, I went wrong here. And since you publicly went wrong, you need to publicly apologize and then move from there. You cannot continue to browbeat, to twist people's arm, to shackle them in chain, and beat them with whip over them back and then tell them to go and sit down with you. There's no sit down that happen that way. There's no negotiation nowhere in the world will take place like that. The JFF and the JFF alone don't see that they are behaving like tyrants and so abusive common law husband where feel say they can if they go home and dinner already then they have the right to kick down woman and beat up woman. The JFS is wicked.
All right, Pastor. Pastor, hold on, because I've seen, you seen in what I've started this video and I've said I'm going to only talk up until the to the interview of the girls. So I've not gone on to watch the other. No, I'm saying to Ian, because Ian says we can't talk, but we have to talk balance. Ian, we have talked balance. But every single thing that I brought up, we know the actual facts for it. And that's the reason why I can't just be balanced in what you are defining balance to be. So I should just always just be balanced, even when, because you only can be balanced when you are having a conversation where you don't know the actual outcome of it. Because if you know the outcome of it, there is no need to be balanced. You cannot say that is wrong. Are we just saying that we need to be balanced because we just want to have a conversation and not to solve things? Because it's two different things, You get me? So all we are doing, we are just bringing, Pastor is just identifying that this is wrong because he had a conclusive point on it already. So he can say that is wrong. That is not about someone need to be balanced. If he knows the truth already on that story, he can say that is wrong. And then maybe come to the balance side now, which is how we can fix the problem. So I think we're mixing up this balance conversation because we just say balance because we just don't, we maybe just want everybody to like we or somebody. So we have to chip in and say, oh, the girls are made wrong. Okay, but may I deal with a specific topic. So when we move on to the next topic now, and JFF said something now, we can say, all right, and JFF did say this, and it proved that they are right, so the girls is wrong here. But we can't just say, if the girls them never get paid, we should come and say it needs to be balanced. Because the girls them never get paid. So we no need to be balanced on that. If it proves that they never got paid, we can't be balanced on that. You get me? So we have to be careful of how we use the word, in which context we use the words them in, because that kind of come off like we just try to please people rather than having the real conversation, the tough conversation, No. Okay, Ian. But I'm just trying to make sure, because I've always heard people say be balanced. But be balanced to what? You understand me? We have to be balanced to when we don't have the information, and be fair in our way we approach it, which we have been fair, because we said the girls them, when we look at it, we have said, okay, the girls them never attempted a mediator, so that is definitely wrong, because you should have made sure you had exhausted every way possible before you made the final decision. But me can't tell human being how to respond. You understand me? But me, I can still blame them to say that they are wrong in how it was actually signed up. They are wrong in that. But I still can't tell people how to respond to ill treatment for several years. I agreed with Ian as well, the way how Vin Blaine came out of power, that is wrong. So I do blame the girl for a lot. And I could use that to say, okay, then that's why the JFF interpreted that the power, they want so much power. So the next time when the girls them said, who is going to be the backroom staff? Who is going to be this? They took it as if they wanted the position. But when they have explained themselves, which is a factual statement, that all documentation has to go to their clubs for injury records and also statistical records as well. That is a fact. You understand me? So what we have gotten right there, we have realized that maybe because the JFF was burnt on one instance when the girls are pretty much hired a coach. In the next one now, they don't even give it a chance to realize that maybe what they're saying was factual. You understand me? So we are being balanced. It's just because we have touched a topic that we never heard much from the JFF as yet. We are responding to the girls' statement. You understand me? Yes. Go ahead. Drew, Pastor, finish your statement, Pastor, and then Drew Ross comes in. All right.
Jody, you know what I take issue with Ian and people, despite their well intentions. If you try to beat me, if you have beat me up, I did not provoke you, but you abused me. I mean, hit you over your head with something and you're dead. I am not guilty of murder. No matter how forceful I was in defending myself, that is self-defense in a court of law. The girls are not wrong. The JFF need to stop.
Pastor,
No,
and that's
Jenny,
Pastor.
I'm making the point where I disagree
you're
with.
talking on specific. You have to make sure you clear up what you're saying. You know?
I'm speaking in the context.
All right.
I am speaking in the context that the response. You see what Africans explain? The girls do not have the
Minister, mute your mic, Minister. Your background is very, very fry. All right. Mute your mic, and then when go continue, Pastor, so we can bring in others. Yes, massive respect, people. They said Bailey scored. Go ahead,
the girls
Pastor.
do not have the amount of options and leeway and avenues that the JFF have at their disposal. They have very few basic options that they can take. If they have gotten to the point which they have communicated that they have put up with this for far too long. They now can only withdraw their services and take their disgust to the public domain, because on no occasion prior to their decision has anything worked. They left it believing it could work out behind closed door. For years, it has not happened. They have been accused wrongfully. They have been abused. They have been denied privileges that I dare say, they have earned. And this JFF unapologetically continues to behave in this manner, and then have the audacity to come public to say, without apologizing, we want to have a sit down, we want to remedy this situation. No, the first step is that you say sorry for where you have gone wrong. Can we then meet after I have apologized? If the JFF does not apologize, the girls have no rationale on which to say that anything different is going to come of this meeting, because the JFF has still not taken the responsibility for the failures, the blatant failures before our eyes. They have sought to deflect everything onto the girls, and they have gained support from their group of xenophobes, along with others, because not everybody was as xenophobic as some people were, in that the girls are now being unfair because the girls have breached contract. There is no contract after you have breached it, JFF, because you did not have a line in that contract that your breaching of contract does not destroy the contract. I will rest so someone else can speak.
All right, so thank you, Pastor. All right, and it look like a whole heap of pastor today, because we have a next pastor here, but we have Juras. If we don't make Juras speak on time, he will beat us up, and we need to get into the game. 2 hours max I had planned, you know. All right, so we never want to go longer, and obviously we heard that Leon Bailey scored and big matches starting after. No disrespect, the other matches are good matches, but you know, I still wanted to watch one match, you know, for myself. The other matches I watched for you guys, you know, so I will. Congratulations to Leon Bailey, scored, and they have scored the next one as well. Yeah, man. So
they're playing now.
Yes,
They're
they are
playing
playing
now.
now. So yeah,
They're
that's how.
playing now. They're
But in
playing now.
45 minutes, I'm done with this one, and then late tomorrow I will do my Reggae Boys abroad because I have to watch all the games and stuff to put
Okay.
everything together. Yeah. So how you doing, Juras? Hope all is well with you and the family.
Yeah, man, all is well here today. Took a
Over
day
there,
off
Cole.
today.
Over there, Cole. My
Not
good
today.
Jesus God.
Not this morning, right? But the last few days has been cold. I'm in New Jersey.
Okay,
So the last
Jesus.
few days has been kind of nippy, but this morning when I went outside, it hasn't been too cool, you know? So
Tell
yeah.
you, the last few days are very cold, as a man. My goodness. But
Over there,
continue.
sir. Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming late. I'm just coming like 10 minutes ago, so I'm not sure if you guys are on a specific. We know the overall subject matter,
Yes,
but
the
I'm not sure
subject.
if you're touching on a specific
No,
thing.
I don't know nothing about one or more interview. People tell me say the gents that do the interview. Is anything like that
Yeah.
you're talking on? I won't have any clue to because I've not watched anything. I was busy for the other day more than I watched the girls them and have all of my other information put together. So anything you're
hmm
saying is just you alone can back that up. I have not learned it as yet, you know?
Okay, so I'm gonna give my perspective on the whole thing, right? So from the beginning, the JFF is completely wrong in terms of the late payments. I'm not going to say non-payments. Well, they're complaining and saying there are few players, which is puzzling to me when the interview on Sportsmax with the two with Bunny and Becky took place. They're saying that
Mm-hmm.
there are two players. No, not two players.
No, a
There
few.
are a few players. Sorry,
Yes, yes,
that
yes.
hasn't gotten paid.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really startling to me, seeing especially that the general secretary, has been on multiple platforms, saying
Yes.
that everybody get paid, right? So, in my opinion, a lot of people is saying, okay, the JFF is wrong, point blank, period,
Mm-hmm.
fine,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with that to a certain extent because if that money issue was dealt with, and mind you, JD and the panel and the chat,
Mm-hmm.
this is not just now we're talking about. This is a reoccurring thing with just the federation overall, right? So the
Yeah.
money thing, that's a big issue, and I feel that it it came from that. That's where everything started from. But when you listen to the girls them talk, I'm pretty sure you watch the Sportsmax
Yeah,
interview,
man,
right?
watch it 3 times. That's the one that me
Yeah.
know about. Me no know about the other ones, them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my advisor for go listen to the other one from last night. But they're saying there are other issues, and from my understanding, from what the girls were saying on that interview, and as I said, this is my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The money is the issue, but the money isn't like a major issue. If they were receiving communications about the money, then you know what I mean? Like,
Thank you very
okay, the,
much.
the payment late. The payment late, how much, you know what I
You
mean?
got that from
Them could have probably
the
worked with it.
Spencer, don't you? Got that from Spencer because that's what she said, right?
Yes,
She said,
exactly. So,
please. Yeah, yeah. No, go ahead. That's what I wrote it down. I wrote it down because everyone avoided that part
exactly.
because she said the money. Not saying the money ain't an issue because obviously nobody not so rich if can't miss 60,000 US dollars. You understand me? But if you
Exactly.
communicated it better and let we know exactly what's going on, then we could have prepared for
Exactly.
it. You know? Yes. So I agree. I
Exactly.
agree with you. Go ahead, Bossy. I
And
agree with
from
you.
the men's side to the women's side is the same God in heaven thing. So that has to be adjusted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that is why they brought in Dennis Strong. Okay, I'm assuming so far. People may say, okay, the payments has not been far and in between, but it's still not coming on time. So the JFF have to address that. But going back to my last point, she's saying that there are other issues of mistreatment and stuff
Mm-hmm.
of the sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last night on the show, the JFF, the general secretary was saying that they have been asking not only the girls before they now have a representative, they have been asking them what is the issues of mistreatment and so forth. Based off his response, I'm concluding that they haven't received an answer on the whole mistreatment debacle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yes,
feel that's
yes.
very important, especially when it comes to women. That is a really important subject, Bridget.
Yeah,
Men
but
will
Drew,
go through certain things. Yeah.
Drew, remember,
Mm-hmm.
them must say them want communication because the communication is not there. So,
Mm-hmm.
have they really opened that channel
Now, me I
to
touch
get
upon
the
that,
answer?
man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, me I go flow in at that, man. So, cause um, Pastor touched on something a while ago, and the pastor is saying that there has to be an apology. Okay, I'm not disagreeing that the JFF must apologize for
Mm-hmm.
whatever atrocities and certain things that have taken place. I'm not negating that, but from my profession, the first order of business is a meeting. You understand what
Yes,
I'm
yes,
saying?
yes,
The
yes.
first order of business has to be a meeting. This idea where pastor is saying that, and I'm not beating up pastor. I'm just saying I don't
No,
agree
man,
with that
continue.
specific take.
Continue, man, continue. We're a big man,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
pastor will
No,
take
but
some
we
beating
know.
sometime. Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Okay, no. Make us sit down and have a meeting and speak about things, and that is
Yes.
where I feel the impasse is. Where okay, they haven't been able to sit down for a meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
People is throwing out dates. The dates them haven't been finalized, and I hear individuals saying as well that okay, we should overstep the representative and go towards the girls. You see where this is right now, JD and chat and everybody. That cannot take place, in my opinion. From my
Mm-hmm.
profession, that cannot take place. If somebody come and say to you, say, listen, this is my representative, this is basically my lawyer, this is my mouthpiece
You
in terms of
overstepping them is showing
communication,
the level of disrespect you have
is
for respect you have
ex-
for them.
exactly. So until what I mean Fifth Pro, until Fifth Pro can line that up between the federation, the JFF, and our girls,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know what's gonna take place in terms of that. But that has to be lined up. The whole going over, for no, that is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. You have to. The girls has taken a stand in, and I may be extreme with this next point. The girls basically just them basically just join a union without joining a union. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And in a job field and in situations like this, when there are problems and issues like what we're having now, we have to go through the company has to go through the union. You understand what I'm saying? The girls has taken a stand and said, basically, listen, we have tried communicating, we have sat in meetings. This is their words, and nothing is coming from the meetings. So here's our representative. So now it's on the representative to make sure that is set up. This is my final thought, say for now. I'm gonna wrap up my statement.
Yeah, do you
My
think?
main thing is that there hasn't been a resolution. Oh no, from when the girls have come out with the letter, what 2 months
Yes,
ago,
yes, yes.
there hasn't been a resolution. We can't set up no meeting in between then and now, bro.
Yes,
How is that
yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
possible? That is a lot of time. And we live in a society where we don't need no in person, and everything is Zoom. Before COVID and especially after COVID, you have Zoom, Skype, whatever you want to do. If I even FaceTime bridging. So
Mm-hmm.
that is my issue why there hasn't been a resolution to the whole thing. While some people may like the drama, me just want to play football.
I just
You
want it to
understand what
be
I'm saying?
football because you know why?
I,
Because I know that football I come here for. That's all. Football and move on. More
exactly.
less drama and more countries me can cover. And clearly you see when
E-
me I cover other countries. So me just want to watch Jamaica and get the joy that they won the
Exactly.
game and then me move on.
Exactly. And my opinion, I feel that the girls, if we don't, I pray to God so we win this game today and we got the playoff and we can make it. And by them time there, everything is good. But if we don't win this game today, Virgin, and we don't make it,
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
the,
be
not
worse.
and the girls, in my opinion, the federation, everybody suffers, but in my opinion, the girls them suffer a lot more than the federation, because when you look upon players getting signed and being able to view younger players and players getting scholarship, that's them not getting game time. You can only play so much friendlies. You feel
Mm-hmm.
what I say? You
Mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm.
only play. So I feel at the end of the day, it's the ladies them will really suffer. So there has to be a solution, bro.
All
There has
right.
to, and one more thing, me I say, people are come on the thing last night, Bridging, and I think me and Mr. United, whatever thing, people are coming and call people thief and them some of the Bridging. You have no proof to say somebody a thief. When people did a come on the thing, I'm gonna call is a famous person with dip on our platform. Him come on there and call Bunny a liar. I'm gonna say to him, said, Bridging, you can't do that. You understand me? I say
Yeah, yeah.
there's no proof so we can say Bunny's a liar, and there's no proof so we can say okay the JFF and them money are thief. So them things are in a my way, I mean, I appreciate them something. If you don't
Okay.
have no valid proof to say somebody a thief and liar, Bridget, don't do them something there. And that was my only issue from last night. And
Yeah,
me
but
never
me
have
not
it
me not
with
have a clue.
Mr.
You know, me clueless to what you talk about. Still,
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
honest.
No, 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 me no. Me just adjusted not only upon last night, Bridget, but just on an overall thing. We come and we call people thief. I mean, we need to keep in mind so people reputation at stake, Bridget. It's
Yes,
like
I
somebody
said
will
that. I said that
and
last night as
some
well. I said that last night
yeah,
on the JT because I went to a JT program and I was in the chat and
exactly.
I said that last night. I said people reputation on the line, both the girls and the JFF. Obviously the JFF reputation is already bad, but it can be even worse. And the worst is going to be it's outside. It's going to be outside. But yeah,
Exactly.
man, finish up a point because
So
your
that's
first
it. You can
point
go ahead, man.
because
Go ahead.
the next pastor, Mr. Nashan. So go ahead, big man. Go ahead. I had to put in people ahead of you because these mans are in front of you. So yeah. So go ahead, unmute your mic and go ahead, my brother. See what you have to say.
All
We're
right.
not. Yeah, yeah. We're hearing. We're hearing you
Good
now.
morning, everyone.
We're hearing
Good.
you now. We're hearing you now. Go
Thanks.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
One of the problem is this. One of the key issues is communication that have been dealt with over a period of time because the girls, to me, how I look at it now, and based on how I listen to the broadcast and Sportmax, how I listen to how they speak is as if they want the JFF to bow down to their ever command. And at the end of the day, an employer to an employee, me cannot demand my employer to respond to me only when I am available. And so I have to make myself available also. So it goes both ways. And
Um.
if one person going to say, yeah, if one person going to say, well, make a suggestion, all right, say, all right, because I listened to
No, Mr.
the
Nashan,
Gen
Mr.
Sec last
Nashan,
night,
what you do? Please
right?
go, Mr. Listen, Vasi, please go from step to step. The first one you said, from an employer to an employee, and them to make
Yeah,
themselves available. Well, that is a wrong point because they are not an employee to the JFF. You understand me? And remember, their employee is actually their clubs. You understand me? So they can't
mm,
go out of
mm,
the way to make no time for JFF. If it's on FIFA sign these things, Nashan. Club country can't
mm.
even tell players what to do when it's outside FIFA window. You
I
never know that,
Would
Basi?
say that they're
understand that.
ambassadors.
Understand that.
They're representing their country. That's what I would say.
Yes, so you continue. Me just make sure you know say the employee type and the them have to make time for you. No, the clubs them own the players them, and until it says FIFA date. Once it says FIFA date, that's when you can dictate what inside of the rules. Aside from FIFA date, nothing else no matter. You can't talk to them. That's how it works. So continue, Basi.
Understand clearly, but it's just the gesture that they come across with. It's just the gesture that they come across with. That look here, they they will talk to you whenever time they feel like they want to talk to you. That's just a gesture that I get. But
Okay.
from listening to last night conversation with Mr. Chung, and I even spoke with him over the past weekend as well. While he was in Montego Bay, I was down there. I realized that when persons hear the girls say that money has not yet been paid to particular individuals, he suggested that, well, he said that the money has left the account of the JFF, right? The money have left the account of the JFF. So if they don't reach it as yet, it may be in between banks, from sending out from their bank to the other person bank, the personal bank. Is where the issue is. And he made the statement also last night that he he um he received information from Fifth Pro that they're requesting I think it's tax some tax information, some tax form information, something at the start. We not remember exactly, but he have received from them certain statement regarding taxation in the
Okay, okay.
in
Mm-hmm.
other in the country where they're employed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So based on that, because in a some country, all of the money not gonna be dispersed all the time, because if you realize that you're getting certain amount of money while you're on certain contract elsewhere, then you're probably not gonna be able to go through as yet.
Okay.
So that's an all up from a banking perspective. So to say that they don't have any, they don't get any pay, what the girl should have done, and this is my take, what the girl should have done, the same way I am employed to a company, and whenever time I see a reduced salary in my account, I have to go to my manager and say, look, this is what I see, and this is not what is supposed to be there, because based on my hours and my
Mm-hmm.
calculation, it should have been more. Understand me? So
Okay.
if they don't see it, then they have all right to go to their manager. But if they don't go to their manager, they're just gonna assume that, look, the JFI robbed them, which should not be the case. If you open your account and you see that there is limited amount of funds there that should be, that should have been more, you're gonna have to go to your manager to ask them what is the problem. You
All
understand
right.
me? So everybody else
Oh,
get paid and everybody's all right, but my account was lessened. So when I
oh,
go to my manager now, and
sir,
they pull
Bossy,
up their statement, they realize that they have short paid me.
Bossy.
You
Well,
understand? So
well.
that will be rectified. So if it be a case,
No, I just wanted to interject right
yeah,
there.
let me just finish here.
All right.
Yeah, let me just finish here. If it be a case where they have not received any funds while others have received, all they have to simply do is just come back and say, look here, you say you pay us, but we don't see this in our account. We don't see this for these amount of girls.
All right.
That would have solved the issue a long time ago.
All right. So, Bossy, you keep saying one. I like what you're doing, but let me explain to you. You keep saying you're using your situation. They have not employed by the JFF. Period. That's not the case.
I
So that's
Yeah,
the
man,
reason
me
why.
understand that, but I'm saying
But
it's just a principle
Bossy,
of
Bossy, let me finish. So when them get the fifth pro people, it is because they don't need to speak to you, none at all, minister. So if them request through the fifth pro say they want proof of the taxes, obviously the money that they're asking about, minister, has nothing to do with the JFF. It is money coming directly from FIFA, but they are the mediator to pay money through them. So you see a problem with that? You're saying that they should have just come to the JFF? People want legal representation so they can document things. People can
all
get
right, hold
sued
on,
for them things here, So them have to make sure them know them a do.
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, JD. Fifth Pro only come in a few weeks back.
Yes,
The
yes.
money was paid. The money was paid before Fifth Pro come in, and the money was paid. They realized that they didn't get any pay before Fifth Pro come in. So I'm saying in
Yes.
that duration of time, the representation of the girl could have just come forward and say, Gensec
But
or
but
JFF, I
Mr.
don't
Nashan, Mr.
receive
Nashan, the problem
payment
is you're
as yet.
talking one payment or more than 4 or 5 payments them have to get on different dates. So you now specified which one they sent back to Fifth Pro, so we can know the exact date. What you're doing is just mixing up money and just say
Yes,
they should. But you can't do that because remember, every money have a time stamp. Nation, I understand you want to
yes,
say
yes.
something, but you have to make sure we have the facts. So which one of the money you are
I
talking
understand.
about?
I under- I understand that. I'm saying for the girls that participate in the World Cup, Bonnie said
Yes.
that some of them have not yet been paid.
Which paid? Which paid?
But
Because you have
the,
different payments and different payments come on different time. Just Nashan, if you hear me I say
right,
if you just listen to me I say you would have understood. Look, if you have one that came out after the fifth pro, because they still said they had to pay them off their balance. Look, even when they said they paid all of the money, they said they still had outstanding per diem for people and them stuff there. That is what they're gonna try and clear up after, and the percentage they're gonna try and pay off after. So even when they said they pay out the FIFA money, they had two different money that they wanted to pay out for the girls. So when you said fifth pro came on, that means they have not received their money, because out of the same man mouth that you're talking about said they never paid them the additional money, and they're waiting on FIFA to come in to give them the additional money. So they wrote up a letter to show them exactly the amount of money that they owe the girls them left, and they're gonna wait on FIFA to pass it and then send the money to them. So you don't know when
all
that
of
is.
that, all of that, I'm saying, based on what I've heard last night, based on what I've heard last night,
Mm-hmm.
the money that was owed to them from last year, those persons who participate in the World Cup have been paid. The money has left the account of the JFF. So for those
Rubbish.
statements to say that persons have not yet
Can I?
received,
Can
No,
I
let
ask
let
a
let
and that
let,
question?
was
let,
due
no
over.
let Mr. Nashan speak. Let him speak, and when he finishes, people can come in and say what they want. All right. So finish your point, big
Okay.
boss.
Yeah, and after which, I mean, I would say to myself, if you don't get paid in a month and you don't come to me and say, look here, everybody else get paid, and we're not getting a pay yet. It just show a same way you are blaming me for lack of communication, and at the same time you are showing the same lack of communication, because you don't receive what you're supposed to get, and you're not telling me that you don't receive it, even though I send you a statement that I have paid you. Make sense?
And you have proof for all of that, Mr. Nashan? Because I promise you don't have the. Based on how you're speaking, I promise you don't have any proof. You just take Mr. Chung's word and say that is what he's saying. Which we are doing the same, when we take the girls them word, to come to this conversation.
Because
So
But
when
JD might
I
pick
am
a side
talking,
when him do that.
no, I know, I've
I'm not
listened to
picking a
Nashan from
side.
day one, and
There's no,
I
there's no
thought
side. I'm talking about
no,
what I talk
but
here.
I'm
There's
just.
no side in there.
No, I heard you. You picked a side coming in, but you picked a side based on the fact that you said you spoke to Mr. Chung. So because you spoke to him, you only can give from the side where you think you know that others don't know. Because you said that I'm listening well, because I've listened to what
Yeah,
you're saying.
and I've read and I've listened to the interview as well, more than once, about twice with the girls.
You pick a
Oh,
side.
So
yeah, but the fact you said you can't talk to your employee your employer like that, I just think that you're looking at it the wrong way. And maybe if you were at the start of the video, you would have realized what is the problem. I think these people kinda flipping over what we as Jamaicans inside Jamaica don't know. They are using
Okay.
it against the girls, them, and that's what I strongly believe, Minister. They are playing on you guys. They're playing that card well. In the real world, that base can't work. It can't
Eh,
work. It can't work. Only in Jamaica, a man gonna come and tell you, and these things about saying, "Oh, you never reach out back to me," because me on my club duty. And you tell me say you gonna send it the 25th, and you for make sure it reach the 25th. That not have nothing to do with the players them, Mr. Nashan. Nothing at all. We are dealing with professionalism.
and if you don't reach the 25th, if I'm asking
Me
to keep my
have
umbrella
fifth
going.
pro. Me
If you
have
don't
fifth
reach,
pro.
if you,
No. Oh yeah. No. I forgot something to tell you. They had mediators. They had people that they could have reached out to the girls them, and the girls have reached out to them. So those are the people them that they used. Minister Nashan. That's what they
But,
use from
but,
day one.
but I'm saying this, right, Jerry. I'm saying this. If you know that you're supposed to get paid the 25th, and the other girls get paid the 25th, but you don't get any, why then is it so hard for you to reach back out and to your
Because
representative
them
and
say
say,
nobody never
oh,
contact them. Nashan, the man them set up a rule. The JFF set up a rule, just like how they said they are not going to have any meeting until the 8th. After the girls them played, and people out here blame the girls them for not turn up and make Jamaica can't qualify. You see how manipulative them can sound, Nashan? When if you listen to the stories, them tell you out of them mouth, say them not gonna have the meeting until. No, look, let me just explain it
but
next thing.
remember,
Mr. Nashan, a 6 person have to come together. So if people have them match and them stuff and them have a life, oh, you think them are gonna put that together? People, you's a busy man. You's a busy man. Me connect to Aritam and then send a message to Aritam and them have match. A big, them a star, you know. Them are not an average person, you know. And then everybody sit down and listen, run up them email every day, and then 6 people for get together for come back to get to the person for send the letter to them. No, that not gonna work, my bossy. That's too much.
Hold on, Jerry.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying to you, remember that the meeting, the emergency meeting at the call, was after the girls made themselves unavailable, for one, and they said that they couldn't respond to it, and they couldn't attend the meeting, right? And
Yes, the meeting that they are. Nashan, please stop leaving out datas when you're talking, my brother. You said
Exactly,
you couldn't turn out to a meeting that stated 9 o'clock, and they did not specify the time. You have to say the word, yo.
Right.
May I try help you out, you know? May I try help you out, you know?
You have to remember that people on different time zones. People
Hold on.
No, hold on, right. Make him finish. Make him finish. But me just try help him out to make sure people in the same bias. That me try do, you know. But him still not take it. Go ahead.
Hold on, JD. I'm saying that the persons, the both side agrees that they couldn't find a meal going to meet. What the GenSec has said is that even after that past date, last week, Thursday, Wednesday, they suggest also a meeting coming from one of the side of the girls, right? The GenSec say yes, and they still never go. Right?
Yeah, but the girls them said, Minister, the girls them said them never hear back from them until that point. So you come up with them stories, yeah, when them say them never hear.
I am saying to you what the GenSec have said last night was that even last week, Wednesday, one of the representatives from Jamaica reached out to him and to say that let us meet this Wednesday. And he said, okay. And then now he come back again and said, no, they can't make it Wednesday, let's make it Thursday. And he also says, okay. And then when all of that take place, nothing reoccurred, then they made the suggestion, they were in writing to Fifth Pro that they suggest a date of December 8th for the meeting. And they said up to last night, they have not received any response from Fifth Pro. And therefore, you hear the interview the other day that the girls said they don't have any information of that sort because it more than likely Fifth Pro is not communicating to them fast enough. So that is a stance where the GenSec have stand from even from last night.
So Minister, those 2 points that you tried chucking, that they tried to reach out to the girls them 2 times and stuff. That is hard. Them not have no proof of that, so you can't blame somebody. Minister, you can't say because you publicly literally just said, you know, the Jamaican side came together and said them can have a meeting that time. But the other persons them we speak never get to them people, eh? So you can't say you blame them. Remember, we only matched what they said, you know. So you can't come and say, oh, this is for general, because that's why they said they had to have one from Jamaica, one from America, one from UK. You understand me? So if the two persons speaking never had no communication with other persons them as to what they have said, they have not lied. So that 2 communication what Mr. Chung talking about is null and void because it never reached all the parties. You understand me? So that is where I have the problem because you keep on saying him saying try 2 times, but them say them never get nothing on at all. I understand you're saying from fifth pro, fair enough. But they have not gotten it from the actual 2 times as well because they said they never heard nothing and they never had any date of the 8. They only heard that a meeting would have been set up. Minister, I'm honestly thinking that you have to go back and watch everything, like, oh, I'm going to go back and watch everything to take out
No
these
problem.
points.
But
I'm going to go back and watch everything to
remember,
take out these
he
points.
said
Remember, said something about
he
the
said
whole
that
the
it's
for
a,
the
it is a
meeting thing.
suggestive date. He said it's a suggestive date that he have set for December 8th. He said
Yes, a
he never
suggested
actually
date.
conclude a meeting. A suggestive date.
And
That's his word, his own word.
minister, you know, so that suggested date was a confirmed date before. It's after the girls them talked
No,
out, you know. It become a suggested date, you know.
no. It wasn't a confirmed date because he said
Um,
he put it in writing.
Minister, minister, stop.
Minister,
Minister,
me go send you a
me
clip
can
when him say it
comment.
out of his mouth.
Minister,
All right?
stop.
Yeah, me go send you something, and
Anyway,
then after.
anyway, me have to run now before
No, me
10.
know you're on, but me go send it to you, and then whenever you come back on, make sure you can actually say, okay, maybe my brethren is not being forthcoming as that because they did say the date was the 8th before them
Yeah,
come
you
up and
now
says
get
that
the whole
suggested. So
information on
please,
that.
the minister, stop listening to one
Yeah.
side of the conversation and then make your mind up because you're closer to them. Me and brethren, and me can tell you the truth. Me wait until they finish
No,
talk
no, man.
and adapt me get. Adapt me get from where you say. Adapt me honestly get that from where you say. Because me say me have a proof with out of the man mouth. I say adapt to the date. And then now he changed the suggested and you try to calm me down to say that was the situation. You can't say no when you know give me no chance to prove it to you. When me I go actually send it to your WhatsApp and then hopefully you can come back on. And you're gonna tell me say slip him out, slip now. Yeah, we can't deal with life like this, bossy. Because what we are do, we are miss the actual story, which is human beings, ladies, and also professionalism. We are missing those points, my brother. Me understand when can get to talk to them, but me not care who me talk to, nothing change. Me have to stay on truth and rights.
It not have nothing to do with whether me talk to the individual yes or no. You see anything with the players. You understand? It have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but me just you just jump
If
you just minister you know me prove it to you and then make me hear you talk after then me can tell you say bias. Cause me feel
J,
that you lead me to so more and give you the facts and then hear what you say after. So make me just give you the facts first. Me not gonna say nothing more to you. When me give you the facts, then me hear how you respond. Then I will have to flat out say, brother, you're just biased. You're just biased. That me, but me not gonna judge you until me give you the facts.
anyway, thanks for having me. I have to run now. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Me I gonna send it to you, you
All
know.
right.
So make sure you come back, you know. Make sure you come back, all right? Let make Pastor. Hold on, let me bring in Rye. I make Rye speak. Cause me I run out of time.
all right.
All right? Yeah.
All right. So I've been listening to. First of all, morning everybody. Morning.
Morning, Big Boss.
Yeah, I've been listening to the whole conversation ever since the girl them do the interview. I watch the full interview, and a lot of people come out and it's like there's clear bias the way they speak about it, the way they talk about the girl. First of all, this is what I want to point out. I realize that a lot of people who haven't like move out and explore the world and understand that everybody have rights, right? You can come over and dictate and have things your own way. People have a life to live. So this mindset where people coming out and making it seem as if JFF sent an email at midnight, you're supposed to wake up, jump up out of your sleep and check your email and say, oh, JFF sent an email. That if just think about it, somebody can send an email late night and you're on a different time zone and actually expect you. They don't. First of all, they don't even specify 9 a.m. Central or 9 a.m. Jamaica time or whatever time. There's no specification on the timeline, and it's just clear. And in addition to that, the same people talking about this whole clarification when Shaw made the statement when she was speaking with Ian Wright. It's clear bias. She came out and said what she had to say. She clarified what she said, and it's obvious they did ask for money because there was a GoFundMe. It's just crazy. People coming out saying, "Oh, she need to be held accountable for her actions." Held accountable for what? Are you people holding the people them will come out and lie every day? I said people got paid when the truth came out, and it turns out not everybody has been paid. It's just ridiculous. I'm not buying it. So anytime people come out and you hear them talking a certain way and they're not looking at both sides, I'm just straight up gonna call them biased. And I'm all for personal rights. If you want to work with somebody, you have to respect that person. Okay, what time can we meet? How do you feel comfortable with the situation? But I understand with the Jamaican culture, they feel as if you shouldn't have a right to speak. You're supposed to just shut up and roll over in a garbage bin and get treated however that's not gonna fly. It might fly in Jamaica, but it's not gonna fly anywhere else around the world.
All right. So Ishmael him turn up. Yes, you know we expect him Ishmael to turn up. Yes, Ishmael is 2 hours late. Ishmael said the payment was sent. Yeah, the payment was sent. We heard, but so
Ready.
the problem one problem
Go on, Jerry, go
guys,
on.
one thing guys, the problem is people listen well. The payment was sent. Have you seen proof, Ishmael? Because you tend to know everything. Because clearly you must you had to sign the paper then. Or you heard someone said the payment was sent. That's exactly what the man just said. You just want to choose to believe that because you just don't like the other party. Period. You understand me? So you're gonna always try to pick up for the other party. And from day one, you have some people on YouTube, they were always against the girls from day one because their problem was they can't see women in a power position. So everybody have their own bias. Because some people come here and said, I have my own bias because I don't like the JFF. I have nothing against the JFF.
JD, 1 second. Someone said it's your priority to respond to an email if your employer
If you
said. JD, let me ask you a
and
quick
that's the
question.
problem. It's not
Yeah.
they're not working for JFF people. That's when RR take it out of your head. They're not working for JFF.
JD,
That's
if you're
just take
asleep,
that out of your head.
JD, if you're sleeping and somebody send you an email, you're asleep?
All right, all right.
Is it?
No, 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 no.
I don't know,
No.
man. I
Listen
don't
to this.
know.
Listen to this, RR. Listen to this, RR.
Can I say something when you guys are finished?
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen to this, RR. Ishmael King, you know work for JFF, so me can't take a word for it. What them say and what the girl them say. But RR, listen to this. Listen to this. RR. First thing, when you're trying to get a player to play for a country, you don't even contact the players. You contact the clubs. And the clubs them sign the release for the players them. Alright? That's how the players them reach here. So RR, they don't work for Jamaica and they don't work for the JFF. Alright? It don't happen, RR. Yeah, alright? It don't happen. They don't work for them. It don't work for them. None at all. You have to send in information to the clubs them to get them to come here. So when you're saying that you send an email to the girls them and they didn't respond, at the club them you naturally have a dialogue with. So even if the girls them come out of their way and respond to you, that is based off what they want to do. They don't have to respond to you. RR, listen to this now. Remember when my boy never come, what the kid name, the goalkeeper kid never come. And remember when time Greg Lee never come. Remember, you know, at the club that deal with it, you know, and them claim to say them talk to Greg Lee, you know, and Greg Lee never communicate with his club in time. And the club got so upset and start call out the JFF. You remember that, guys? You remember that, guys? Remember, stop the short-term memory. Stop the short-term memory. It's right there. The videos are right there.
Yeah,
So,
with
so
the
you wanna
goalkeeper
stop
from
this.
Raining. Yeah.
So stop
Jay.
the foolishness. All right.
So
Pastor,
let
say
me let
something,
me
Jay.
let me pull something. Let me pull something from the Bonnie Rebecca interview. Bonnie, in her response to the letter that they sent, the email that they sent, literally
Yeah,
compromise
boys
her
club.
contract. Literally compromise her contract and then catch up and clarify them. Because when she stated the time when she saw the interview, the email, she quickly realized what she did and said, do you know that we have specific time in our contract when we sleep, when we train, when we do this?
All right. Thank you very much.
That
Thank you
time
very
she
much.
see the email, she wasn't
Good.
supposed to be awake.
Good point. Good point, Pastor. Very clear. So now you realize that. Remember, the rules, guys. We have to follow rules. FIFA, you don't have no jurisdiction over any player until it's a FIFA window. And at that time when they are contacting the players, it was a FIFA window. You never contact Manchester City. So it's down to them to answer. And if they are following the rules of their club, we cannot come here and say, oh, them put Jamaica last because them never take the email. But they are their club games.
Yeah, but hold on, watch this now.
Exactly. We're the
No, we just want
She
to
get
clear
to speed.
Pastor, we just want to clear up one point of that point because we don't want to seem like we just go over the whole deal.
At the same thing, me I say, at the same email, the same email me I hit at. When she get up to speed, when she in the wake hours where she's supposed to be awake, I don't know. She went about contacting the other players who are they said they have 6 players that are the leadership group. 2 of them were still in training sessions when she contact them. So
Okay.
there was no way for them to collectively, not even individually, all of them couldn't answer the email
Yeah. All
because they
right.
were within their contractual obligations to their clubs.
But all right, said JD, I live in Miami. My company based in California. I know that's how stay employed. So my email alert is priority. But all I'm saying, then
yeah.
RR,
Let me touch on
realize
that.
what their priority was their club. So they came out of their time. RR, so RR, you not understanding what we're saying? They don't obligate it to
R&R.
answer no JFF, no time until
But
FIFA
JD, I'm
window.
not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna say they have no obligate. They're not supposed to. If that's the conduit, if Bunny is the person that's been communicating with them, that I can understand. But the time frame in which the emails was sent and where she is in her time zone, it's understandable. So I'm gonna know what's the big deal about the whole. This was cleared up when she came out and spoke about this, and when she spoke about that, that's one of the factors that I like. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm glad that she cleared that up to make it, because basically it was being seen that the JFF is setting up meetings and the girls are not responding. So when she came and cleared that up, I like that she cleared up that whole thing. So R&R, like, Bridging, our time zone is different. Time zones are different. It's the same thing with my job. Me receive emails from people in a different time zone. You respond when you can respond. So what she said made a lot of sense, and you can't say okay, they never want for me. No, she could have. It wasn't feasible for them, and she said, as Pastor said a while ago, she tried to go and clear it up with her teammates to see when it would work, and it just never worked out. So that whole meeting, I think we have take this specific meeting time make a whole big thing. Like them just couldn't do it based off the time zones, and that's that. So R&R, you can't say she's supposed to. She's not gonna go as far as JD and say, "Oh, she not have to respond."
No,
Because if
Juras, what I was trying to
yeah,
explain to them is people talking about people not patriotic. So I'm saying if a person
okay,
come
yo, don't
out
go
of
too
their
far in there.
time, if a person come out of their time to make time for their country to answer you when you should be dealing with their club, because remember the club have the record for if you're fit or you
Okay.
dead or not. And then once you're fit and alive, them send a record to you, and then you have to come because FIFA pretty much own football. And if you not come and JFF can penalize you how they want after that. If they never break a contract, if they never break the contract before that. So that's what I'm trying to clear up. I'm trying to say that people choosing what they want to attack rather than looking that okay, people still being patriotic because a person never have to deal with you.
Ian said the meeting request was poorly handled by the JFF. It was particularly untimely, in my opinion. And I can agree with that. Because you have to we have to send out an email, you have to say to yourself, say, you know what? The person I correspond with, or a bunny will I respond to? No, man, should they England or whatever. So you have to be mindful of the time there. So you know what I'm saying? So that is just poor timing on that part overall.
Ishmael says if Bonnie can come on Sportsmax and talk about the situation, why not call the JFF?
They have exceeded that. They have passed that.
They don't
That's what a lot of
to
people
talk to the
understanding.
judge anymore. They have representation.
Exactly.
That
That's
we're
what a
all
lot of
missing.
people not understanding.
Yeah.
They want somebody. They are at an impasse with the JFF, and them feel them can't communicate, bro. So that is why they got a representative.
Hey,
So
one thing
that's
I
how it
realized
goes.
Move us into the next point, JD.
we miss it,
Move
right?
us into the next point.
Hold on the pastor, hold on.
Okay.
Somebody else has
Somebody
something.
want to say something more.
Let me say what they're saying so we can move on. All right, Ishmael. I think Drew has cleared that up to say that it passed the level of anybody calling anybody. You understand me? Yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, it
so
gone
real
to a
quick,
different level now. And remember, it was the JFF said that they are not going to bring these girls back until everything is resolved. After Mr. Chung went on the same Sportsmax that never called the girls them, Ishmael. He never called the girls them. He went on Sportsmax, and when Sportsmax contacted him and challenged him on that point, he said, okay, then they have to come and prove what else we need to pass before they can come back in the team. And they said it over and over until everything is fixed. That's when we played one day match. So they could have come back for all the other games. So it was the JFF made these girls never reached here. Because they said they're not going to start it out until everything is done. He said that out of his own mouth, Ishmael. And that's where I said you're biased. Because there is nothing where the man has said, you have not said anything in opposite to what Mr. Chung said. Yeah. And that is the problem when it's very clear. Because he is very clear.
Yeah, the thing that we're missing is, I forgot to point out, right? If you notice how the organization JFF, they utilize the media, both national TV in Jamaica and in the YouTube spaces. So if they have people coming out every day and talking negatively and painting a negative picture of the ladies, they're also creating a narrative to brainwash the people in Jamaica, which a lot of them are easily brainwashed. And create this negative mindset where a lot of people start to hate the girls and start disrespecting the girls, because up until that interview they never spoke. So everybody was thinking Mr. Chung and these are the people coming out talking. Everybody was thinking, oh, these guys are doing a good job. They're paying the girls up, and it seems like the girls are just being unruly. Come to find out, there's another side to the story. So it's a narrative thing where they use the media to paint a negative image. It's the same thing politicians do. They use the media to create a negative image, and they have succeeded at doing that. It's really bad.
And it's okay. As we said, nobody will come to terms. But I just had to just call out Ishmael right there, because I said, Ishmael, when the Gensec literally came on national TV, but before the second game played, and said they are not going to sort out anything until everything has been completed. So his intention was never to let these girls come back from day one. I have heard that out of his own mouth. Several instances. So I don't know what... I honestly believe that some of these guys, they're just glad to be friends with these people. And once they say anything, they don't listen to what they said. All right, so you know what we need to do? Going forward, once let me clear. What we need to do going forward, we need to stop all ends on YouTube. Start like how you guys always hold me accountable for everything. Hold everybody accountable for everything, because you're gonna realize a big corner on the wall. And people are telling a foolishness in a 24 hours and then come back and say the opposite thing in the next 24 hours and want to make it pass. And that me sooner do with the JFF right here, because they have said these things. They have literally documented it to say that he said they are not going to, until everything is sorted, these girls are going to come back. But yet still I heard people saying that the girls them to be blamed for we now qualify for Gold Cup. So that makes sense. If one man said the girls them now go come back because they have suspended this specific version of girls until we can get everything sorted out. Oh, you can say the girls them no one turn up. So even them sound confused when them answer the part there, because they must say, but no, uno say uno ban we. So then we are gonna turn up for something that we have been banned for. You understand me?
They heard on the media. They heard in media that they were suspended. They were not even lettered.
This is what I'm not clear on. Hold on 1 second.
So go ahead, Juras.
Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead. No, man, I said go ahead.
When the letter came out, right? When the girls came out with that letter before this Gold Cup thing, right? Was it the girls that, and I'm not clear on this, so I need clarity. Was it the girls that said that, okay, they are not coming to represent? They may not have said that in the letter, but was it them that initiated that, or
Mr. Speed? Mr. Speed said, and the Gencheck said, they made themselves unavailable. Some said that they were going to turn up, and then they all made themselves unavailable. And then now, let me fast track to what the girls said. The girls said all 23 of them come together and decide that they're not going to play. Anybody else out of that 23 can always turn up, because they're not trying to hold back anybody. So now we get what the story is. The story is all 23 of them said that they're not going to play because they're taking a stance. But remember, maybe they have a timeline. They thought that this could have been sorted out, because remember, nothing was paid over to them at that time when they said they're not going to play, Juras. Remember that that was proven by Mr. Speed and everybody that they never got nothing at all, nothing, no funding at all when they made their statement, And what people did, they spun it to say that this because the coach got fired because they never received anything. So maybe they wanted one second, Marcy. I just want to clear it. So maybe that's why it's hard for me to be trying to find a balance in something when both sides spoke on the matters. So I'm wondering why people now put everything together. So what I'm saying right here is, people, Mr. Spade said that they never turned up and they made themselves unavailable. Then they put them on a suspension after that. All right, the girls, they never clear up that they said they're not going to turn up, But I think they admitted that they were the ones said that they're not going to turn up. So we can all say they were the first ones said they're not going to turn up. So that they said that.
This is up to the 23 of them making the decision, JD.
Yes. So
they said.
So Pastor, let me finish the Pastor.
Okay.
So they indirectly admitted that the 23 of them said that they don't want to turn up. Right, but after that they have said that they got on the list. So they said it never go to a level of sorting out things. They just move on to ban them. So, and then now after the ban, they said that the JFF, because we never heard back from the girls from that point. After that now, then they said they are going to only bring them back when they have sorted out everything. So, Juras, I understand and I agree. So, they are at fault to say that they're not going to turn up. But we don't know the duration, because maybe they thought that it would have started out. They get their money and everything and ready. Because that's what they said. That's what they said in the interview.
I'm not really looking who is at fault. I just wanted clarity on how that took place.
Yeah, man. It was them say that they're not going to turn up because of the everything. They wanted their money, they wanted clarity on things. They said it in the video. So
Okay.
so
Yeah.
yes, so
All
we
right.
have to blame them for not initiated to not make themselves available. So that is a fact. But after that, now it was the JFF that made the next 2 calls to ban them and to extend when they are going to do the meeting. We have to be balanced. We have to be balanced, people. We have to be balanced, right?
Jenny, to answer J. Ross' question correctly, the girls had conversation with the JFF prior to the 2 matches against Canada pertaining to the issues that they had challenges with, expecting that this would be sorted out behind closed doors. This is I am quoting what they said in the interview now. They went ahead and played the 2 games against Canada
Without getting paid.
because without getting paid, because the issue is not only about the non-payment of funds, but upon realizing that the trend continues, that even though the JFF listen to them, the JFF does nothing about what they say, which they are supposed to do as per what you would call good relational or managerial practice.
Yeah.
They then were forced to take further steps. Their only other option, which Africans pointed out, was clearly when he came on earlier on the stream. This is their only other option. We have been speaking to you. We expect resolution for
yeah,
that you
but
do, and it has not happened.
pastor. But even
So
with that,
now,
I couldn't admit that they were the ones that initiated not turning up. I still have to make people do that
yes,
because we have to still stay neutral. You know?
yeah, no, JD, I have long said I am not neutral in this.
Yes, but I am neutral and I am running my
I'm
channel, so you can't tell me what I can't say. You can't draw me down
I
your
didn't
path
say you
of
can't say it.
bias. You can't draw me down your
Pastor,
path
I am
of
not-
bias,
I'm not
Pastor.
neutral.
All right? You
No,
can't
hold
draw
on,
me down
hold
your
on.
path of bias. I am going to say when the girl's wrong.
JD,
You see, people?
JD,
I am trying to stay
telling
neutral,
you
but
cannot
this
say I am
pastor.
wrong when I'm defending myself. No, self-defense is a position that you take.
Yeah, but Pastor,
Neutrality will cost.
Pastor, I had to announce that these girls, I personally, Juras asked me a question and I had to say that the girls
And he
were the one
answered it,
initiated that.
He
So you
answered
can't,
it
you know,
Yeah.
we can't avoid that. You are trying go,
question.
but Pastor, you are trying go back to say that the girls was not even wrong, which I okay by person's behavior. Yes, they are
By
not
law.
wrong. They are not wrong,
By
but
law.
by law they are wrong to actually. No, pastor. No, but don't bother with it and go into about ones who breaking rules. All right, by law,
No.
they still broke a rule technically by not trying to exhaust all the roots, them pastor. You understand me? So,
JD, let me finish my point, and you will see that what you just said.
Pastor, me know
is
what
not
you're
right
trying.
enough. Let
Me
me
know what
finish
you're
my point.
trying to say, Pastor. I know what you're trying to say. You say it's 50,000
No, you cannot read
times.
my mind. You cannot read my mind. One, after
Oh, God.
they played the 2 games against Canada, realizing there is no resolution to their concerns, the 23 of them came to the agreement and the decision that further, more definitive steps need to be taken. So, as a collective, they respond to the non-response of JFF by withdrawing their services, hoping still that this would bring about JFF action as per request. The JFF's action, which was expected to be to resolve the situation, was to ban the girls. JD, I am going to say again, despite the commandment saying thou shalt not kill, if you thump me in my mouth because you don't like what I am saying, I didn't provoke you, I didn't attack you, and I take a big stone and put it across your ears and you drop dead, I did not murder you. You're dead.
Oh, no. You said this before,
But
Pastor,
it is
and this is
self-defense.
that comparison is apples and oranges. That
Yeah.
comparison
No.
is far apart, Pastor. That comparison that you keep on giving right there is far apart. It's nothing
It's not
similar
far
about what
apart.
you're
It's
listing,
just
even
compare
to
them.
what's happening. It's completely far apart, right? And that's what I'm gonna say on that. My
The Jff
the
the
girl, the
girl, they
girl,
must respond.
the girl. No.
Pastor, Pastor, we are
There
trying
has
to.
been processes in place that the girls should have followed in terms of the grievance process, and that is where I say that's one thing that they
Different
went wrong
processes.
with. Go ahead.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Pastor. If Juras attack and you attack, we can't hear each other, Pastor. So hold on.
No man,
Juras, because
go ahead,
but
Pastor.
me
Go
never
ahead.
hear it. All right, 1 second, people. We have 115 and I was hope we are on 150 likes on the video because I want to stop at 2.5 because clearly I can't get to address the game coming up. So I guess later I will just start my stream a little bit earlier. See, we are on 88 and we have 2 hours on the video, so that tells you normally we're up on 250,
That's
but
unacceptable.
true, no like
70
woman.
people, 70 people in here don't like women. It's
Tune in,
a bad
That is
Pastor,
unacceptable.
Pastor. Let me talk. Tune in like woman. A country that says we are not into man. We seems to love man
And they don't
content
like
a lot
woman.
more. Pastor, let me talk. We
I
seems
go
to
play
love
with them.
Pastor. Me throw you off if you continue talking. All right. We seems to love man content more than the woman content. So me ga think say a mistake. You guys never like the video. Bye. So let me see if it can reach 150 fast enough, and then I will know what and who no like. All right. Yes. Yes, determined. I had to smoke them. You see? Look how fast it jump to 100. You see? So that is what is wrong with people have a calling out. Tennessee. What about the man the like button? All right. So we see it reach 99, so it should go to 150 in the time. All right, and then we will know. All of you guys that have in the keyboard nerving us. Out there thinking, oh God, what I do like, Yes. Okay, it is jumping up. Oh, this is Juras, this is criminal, These guys, something wrong with them, All right, so so you're gonna tell me that I had to bring out what you guys like or not like for you guys to click the like button. So let me see 20 more likes if you guys like the ladies, let me know if you guys like the ladies. So let me see it on the like button. All right, so 10 more likes. It's jumping. My goodness, this is slackness. We had 70 likes. I know it jumped to 110. Yeah, go ahead, Neil. Go ahead. Before we bring out down the panel.
I'm going to JD.
Me there, man. I try call out when me see, cause me see say we not being neutral, and it looks like what we get from this conversation, a whole heap of man love man secretly, It's on a way, but that me I gonna say. A whole heap of man love man secretly, and not because you might love man means that me I try criticize you, because I have no problem with people love man. I feel them problem that my man will love man. I feel them problem that, but me not in that level. But me not gonna use that for push off a lady and not look on the situation objective.
Yeah.
So me call out the girls when they're wrong and call out the man when them wrong.
Yeah, you have to look for the whole thing objectively.
Yes,
but
yeah.
Big up in man them when they pan the paddle and thing, although me not love man. But I go. But you know,
Go ahead.
You have to see things from yesterday, see?
Mm-hmm.
All over the place, see?
Yeah.
But me realize, I start to play for the whole thing. People say, you're with the JFF.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now, I not get no pay from nobody. No JFF not give me no money. So me can look for the thing holistically, see? And me can kind of guarantee you, say, if London was still the coach, the girl them would have played. Money argument yet or no, they would still have played.
You understand? The JFF lie and wicked because they do a well for
Then you
foolish.
see it easy,
But
you know.
JD, let me tell you something. You see people, they must have the money. If the girl them say, and I really the money, and communication and thing, why they not play? Then, but a man, me a lady down there comment section say she believe woman first and foremost. A concept they get a lot of man in trouble because people run out with for now man run out and say something, everybody will believe.
Yeah, that can't be fair. That can't be fair for real.
Yeah, the man have to defend himself when I right or wrong. People are going to put him at a disadvantage first. Then,
Yes.
me not say the JFF now have all the me not say the JFF have almost 100% I thought. Everything wrong too. And people can look for the thing holistically. And because you can't talk the truth, I'm not going to say, well, oh, you're sell out and you're JFF because you're JFF that. Brother, you have to fear when you do things.
Yes,
Then,
I agree.
I guarantee you say a blind director was still the coach. Let's have what them has to say now, everybody will still play. I believe say have something to do with the coach. Even though them say no, but people can look for the whole thing. See? Me not say they should have play. Because man now get the money, and man now to play. See?
Yeah.
And you can use the money argument to make the whole thing to make it now play. But if you look for the whole broad thing, me not defend nobody in the JD. I mean I pick up for nobody. Because me not say Chung then tell lie, Jff tell lie. But sometimes you can't really look for it that's the girl them. When I'm not a lie, but you understand?
No, if it's a lie, it's a lie. Or if it's a lie, if you think the girl them lying on certain matters, you put it out and then we go research it. That's what we're gonna do, don't we?
When I really say nothing still, I mean what the man is gonna say, me love man and everything.
No.
I love man. Then, but people supposed to get look for anything holistically. Because everybody can pick what they want to pick for a title, you know. I use it to fit them advantage. Then, a man can say, all right then. Here we go. Some can come out and he can set things. Because everybody has set things to make them side look better. Like none of them at fault. See? The JFF, when I say JFF have 6%, I will go on. But the girl them have a party play night.
Agreed. Where I would say definitely had a fault to play in it. Them not turning up at the first and say that they are gonna make themselves unavailable. I think they should have made sure to get some legal representation and then do it. You know.
And JD, everybody can hold a hard day. Because if you hold a hard day, everybody hold a hard day. We don't have no kind of conversation. But when me say, and a man can tell me, say, well, me a lie about it. But me guarantee say, London and JFF, the foolishness, to fire coach still. Because I think they fire coach because I feel them with ego and things.
And you think said that happened because the girl them would have suck up everything and just continue playing if the coach was there.
They would have person.
So Neil can't hear Pastor. Neil can't hear. But Pastor, what that have to say? So maybe because when the coach was there, they would have known exactly who was there, like the staff, so they could have gotten the information back to their clubs. Because remember, they said that was a problem, you know. So what about that, Neil? What about that? So maybe you're accurate, you know. Pastor, the man not hear you. Just weak. Pastor, him not hear you.
I'm asking you because you can't hear JD.
Pastor, me can't hear you either. Make Neil don't talk. Me can't hear
you. JD.
Go finish that, Neil. Jesus Christ.
JD, understand what people are saying. All right, remember, you know, the girls them can easily use the money, you know, brother, and cover everything, you know. Because you see, when someone not get paid, they can just use the one argument that cover everything. Because once the girl them say they not get paid, people are come back to girl them because everybody needs to get paid. You beat it. You see me I say? So you can use one argument and cover everything. But if you look at it holistically, you can realize that a certain thing are going, some kind of power struggle are going, I think. And other way on the food. Then people know who I do things and people know who I put out who because they were watching things long time. Then and the last coach where they fire later and I forget with them, people upset over that stuff. You understand? So people are retaliating, you know, and I show for them power, even though they don't have no money. You understand? So I mean, oh, you fight a man, and I put out a man, and you don't have no money to run the program. Then, so that means maybe you want to kill the program. But when me I said JB, you see, I just love how you do things. Everybody have to go in that thing with a clear mind. You can't go in that thing and just hold one side and say, well, the side is right, and no matter when, just because you might hate the JFF, but you still have to listen to them side. Because even when a man commit murder, he should have a defense. No. Even when everybody knows them do it. So, well,
Your voice gone now, Neil. The voice gone now.
eh?
The voice gone now.
I want to hear me now.
Yeah, man, we are here now, boss. We are here.
Even me come on and me say, a girl, them have a role to play in a. I might should not say, oh, me a sell out and me
Yeah, but
a JSF man. Because me say something.
But Neil, just as how you can Neil, but remember, you never called me personally and talk about that.
Yes.
You called me publicly and talk about that. So we need people can say I sell out and people can say I sell out. Them can say I boot liquor because me hear you when other man call you call people program you there boot liquor for the Craig Butler that. So you can't complete. So you have to take your beat. You have to be objective as well. You have to be objective because you see, no, you have to be fair. Because me see you beat people. So if a man a beat, you know say.
I do.
Yes,
no, but
call you, yeah.
JB, you not really back no side. You see me I say, but me I look for anything from a holistic point of view. And maybe me no fear neither. Maybe a man can say me a boot liquor for 2 years. You understand? Yeah. But me not lick the boot because you go, you might not give me the money. You understand? Me and my have a brown envelope. Nobody not run a brown envelope again. I direct deposit and go ahead, you know. But me not get none of that. But what me I say, JB, people have to look for anything fear. And not because a woman, because a woman tell lie too. Everybody tell lie. You understand?
Yeah.
Some people have to look for anything fearly. See? You can't be a sim because a woman. And you're the man too, so you have to be fair. Because, JB, this thing, when we hear the lady say, you believe woman first.
No. I don't believe, I don't go off the madness. No.
That's a foolishness. You understand? But me I say, man, just look for the thing fair and judge everybody fairly. You understand? Me know, everybody knows that EJFF is a terrible organization. But at the end of the day, JB, we don't know how them all get them out and things. But they could have got it there. You understand? But when I say, everybody should look for anything clearly and judge people accordingly. If somebody says something, you can't call them out too. Just like when Body Shaw say, at the GoFundMe, make them reach at the World Cup. And they pick people that will go viral yet and then spread it. And people say it, and then people say, oh, and that Body Shaw mean. And Body Shaw still have to come back and clarify her statement.
She did not say that, JD.
She don't mean that.
Pastor, let the man speak. Pastor, what is wrong with the pastor? I'm here on the program, you know, and you know. Me have to kick you off, you know, if you can't do it.
Anytime I see him, tell Pastor say, anytime I see him again, they're going to damn me in the head. He just read that.
Alright, he might hear you. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so that was Neil. Let me take a few comments. Because I don't want the people to be like, say, we are left them out. And I'm going to build the video for later, you know, because we are Kosongwan. We still want to see Jamaica win later. We want to see the female Damian Lowe bust some lace later, you know. Yeah, man. JD, what Tennessee I say? Him no love woman? I don't know. JFF knows that the GoFundMe debacle made the girls lose the support of many, myself, government, official, etc. Spin the boycott as unpatriotic, Chung plain chest. I would agree with you to some extent there, Mr. Brain Drain. Yes, so even you, yes, because I saw you losing your mind. Licking the Reggae Girlz boot. What is going on? You know what? Let me move on. You're right. Yeah. Let me just move on because this strat is getting. We need to leave, you know, guys, and return later. You know, this strat is losing its mind. You know. So, guys, this is the position they found themselves in later. We have not qualified and we can't qualify direct anymore. Panama have not took that spot as yet, because if Guatemala should slap we up over over 5 goals, that would put them ahead of Panama on goal difference, right? That would put them ahead of Panama. I know they have to give us 6. So to be realistic, it doesn't matter what happened. I think Panama have already qualified in first spot. You understand me? But second spot, what second spot does, it gives you a playoff spot to go and face one of the first place teams from Group B coming up. So let me show you how it is. I'm gonna move this. So you saw 80 still stay at first spot after 4 games, but Costa Rica need to batter. St. Kitts over. This is what, over 13. St. Kitts need to score 14 because the head-to-head. They need to match the 13 so they can go above 80. So we should watch out for Costa Rica slapping up St. Kitts later as well. And then we have Mexico. Mexico tops that group on 9 points. And definitely we saw that Puerto Rico played all of their games and they're on 4 points. So more likely Puerto Rico will be the next third place spot. Alright, then we have League B, Group A, we have Guyana at first, Suriname at second after 5 games played. So one more game left. Alright, yes, and then Guyana or Suriname will be one of the first place teams coming out. Group B, El Salvador, Nicaragua. El Salvador have already qualified. Alright, it doesn't matter how much games played after. So El Salvador will be one of the teams that will be in the pot. Then we have Bermuda on 13, Dominican Republic on 12. So this still has a next round to go for them to decide. So those are the team. Dominican Republic, Bermuda up for grabs. El Salvador already qualified, and then you have Guyana, Suriname waiting for the final spot. But more likely Guyana took that spot. So it's just one group still left to decide, which is the Dominican Republic, Bermuda, which is a surprise because Damrep was very good the last time. So I never expected them to not be at the top at this point, you know. Yes, so based off that, how you guys look at it? We want to finish this one very fast. How you guys look at it coming through? You think that the girls them can pull off the win? Give me a early prediction. How you guys look at it?
Jamaica 2-1.
Jamaica 2-1.
Yeah,
All right.
For me, I definitely see Guatemala scoring because based off the last game, how our backline was, I wasn't really pleased. I know we were pressing a lot, and I know we had a lot of players forward, but still, I felt more. What was the number 16 from the last window? Where they allowed the goals, the 2 goals? Her. Kelly or whatever she name, I don't remember her name.
We'll bring up her name right here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, her with the number 6 that's there now, I feel I felt more sure about them. You know what I'm saying? And the number 2 that we have in there, she seems like a solid defender, but my thing is if we're gonna be pressing that high against Guatemala, her
on a better pitch
to get back. Huh?
On a better pitch as well, so they can pass faster. You know?
Exactly. Her ability to get back, observing from the game against Panama, I wasn't pleased. And she even in the first half, she kind of even seemed tired. So you know who I would put there? I know we're probably not at the level of giving the starting lineup there, but number 17, Zoe, she plays centre back too. So I would pair her with the number 6. Because that number 16 played that right back very well, you know. She was commanding. She never seemed winded. And may I be honest with you, you see when everything gets resolved with our girls, these 2 defensive back positions, the right back and the left back, they are not locked up position anymore. In my opinion, it all depends on the coach, definitely. But number 16 played well. I know that was my first game seeing her. So I would definitely put Zoe in the center back along with the number 6 because I wasn't convinced with the number 2. So in saying all of that, I would go probably 2-1, 3-1 in favor of us.
All right, 2-1, 3-1. All right. Go ahead, Rye. Go ahead, Rye. No, you never get
All
a
right.
chance to speak, but later we are gonna be back on. So
Yeah.
you can roll it
So
back.
all right. So real quick, based on how the coach managed the game, based on how he managed the game, I honestly see the same still all slow pace, no tactical decision. So the most that if the coach go and do what he normally does, the most I'm expecting from this game, and we are playing in Guatemala, is probably 1-1 or 0-0. That's honestly my opinion.
Okay. Even though he was prepared for this game,
Sorry.
even though he was prepared for this game, because he
He
pretty much yeah. Let me touch on his interview. You guys saw his press conference.
yeah.
What you made of that press conference?
Yeah, but this is the thing, JD.
I just asked you
This
what
is
you made of that press conference. I have not said anything,
yeah, but this is all right. So look, this is the thing, JD. With you have I go based off how the coach play his games. All his previous games has been the same way. Late substitution, people tired and need to come off the field, and him struggling it on, and it's like him a wait the last minute, and it's like it if he's saying he's prepared and this and that, him have to go there and actually win the game. Then me can say, well, congratulations, Khadija. But
Okay.
from what I've
You never
seen,
see him come. You don't think him come off egotistic like him a put down Guatemala like him. You think Guatemala all that
JD,
because of that me
JD,
kind of get slightly from it.
JD, I'm not surprised. That's how all the Jamaican coaches start. Even going all the way back to the prior coach, they all talk like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, yeah, because it was.
Jody.
Please, guys, please go and listen to it and tell me what you believe. Yes, you think of the
Yeah, I'll
interview.
go listen to it. I didn't hear it.
Yes, go and listen to it.
From that,
It's worth listening to. It's worth listening to. Then you can get
from
into
that
the mind of the person. Go ahead, Pastor.
from that press conference, I continue to echo the call that we need to get a coach that don't even speak English, that cannot reverberate and do not know what JFF are saying. It was disappointing, putting it mildly. And if you should take that press conference as it unfolded, Jamaica should win by 4 clear goals because we are prepared for Panama. We weren't so prepared for, not for Panama, for Guatemala. We weren't so prepared for Panama, so we just wanted to keep it close. Even though, according to him, he highlighted that we created chances that we could win, as though Panama never create none. So, again, it is a thing with the coaches that are prepared or trained in Jamaica, where they have no regard for the opposition, and they believe that they are strategically above their coaches, the coaches of other regions.
We are world beaters.
Yes, yeah, we are world beaters, but that is only in the mind of those ill-brought up coaches. You can't even say them ill-dragged up, because they were not brought up. They don't reach up yet, but they have arrived.
Guys, I need to go. We need to go in, guys, because you see it. Bobby, thank you very much, Jairus. I was waiting on to see how much people actually say Bobby Reid score. All right, yes. So I love that people came in because that's just when Liam Bailey scored. I saw the whole chat blow up. Liam Bailey scored. And Liverpool actually Fulham came from behind. To be leading, yeah, man, Bobby Reid score. My goodness, but
Them a lead?
yeah, them a lead 3-2 at Anfield. My goodness, why Fulham always be so difficult to beat, man? Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I am very optimistic. I want Jamaica to get the opportunity to try to right by the playoff route. So, despite all that I know the situation in Guatemala will pose, Central America for Jamaica has always been a challenging hunting ground. Um, with the fan support, and they have home ground advantage. You know what nobody talks about in all football in Jamaica, because it is that they are so goddamn xenophobic. They don't realize that Jamaica does not have home advantage with the players that we have, the professional players that we have playing at national scale. The play surface is not conducive to the style of play or level of play of the players that we have at our disposal. So Jamaica is the only country in the competition that really does not have home ground advantage.
Yes, but we have said that a few times.
So we have to literally. Yeah, I know on this platform, yes. On this platform, yes. We have said it a few times. Even Harry Grimson has said it, but nobody else seems to put that into or factor that into the whole dynamics of things.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is we need to pray for these girls, energize these girls as best as possible, motivate them as best as to win on the road, because we don't have homegrown advantage. So
All right.
I'm hoping that we get a 2-1 result, and so yeah.
All right, so people, that's where we're gonna close it. I will make a stream for the girls later, so I will be back later. Yeah, man, and hopefully they can pull it off just the same, because at the end of the day, we still want Jamaica to continue progressing. Because that's what even Africans said, it makes the region better. So even Canadians want Jamaica to win. You understand me? But we always became our own problems from time to time. But as what I've said my piece on it, and I want to run off to get everything done, but also catch the match as well. The final match. I'm going to go back and watch all of the previous matches as well to get Leon Bailey Bobby Reid game. I have the timestamp them, so I know to watch Leon Bailey for 74 minutes, then Bobby Reid for the second set of minutes and stuff. So I have to do all of those things. So make sure you smash the like button. Leave your thoughts under this video as to any point that you want to argue me with, because as what I've said, I'm here for a long time, and I know a lot of things, so I have to say it as is. So let me know your thoughts. All right. So thanks, Africans, Pastor, Juras, Roy, massive respect. Join us later back again, big bosses, and hopefully we can get it together. All right.
Blessings. Drop a
Right.
few more likes, people. Come on, drop a few more likes.
It's okay. It's okay. They will see it after, and they will worry with me and stuff, because yeah, man. Bless up. Bye bye.